Come in. The show's about to begin. Tonight we have a special guest. We have progressive death metal band Parthian here with us tonight. Let's get hype. I see you guys coming in from Progcraft. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna have fun tonight and see what makes these guys really fucking awesome. So stay in chat. Let's see some hype. We got Parthian here tonight on YenYorkCity Live. Let's go.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, everyone? Welcome in. I see you guys coming in with that raid, coming in Progcraft. Oh my god. So tonight is going to be really, really exciting because we have Parthian, guys. Parthian, if you guys are not familiar, you're going to be very familiar tonight because we have them here. And it's not just Adam. So if you guys been following the podcast for the last almost 3 years that we've been doing this, it was when you started coming in too, right?
Yeah, it was right in the beginning of the times that I joined in as a co-host, and then we didn't have we had a setup established, but then it got even more intricate as the years went by. And when we had Adam on, it was during October
2020,
and we were dressed up as the Addams Family,
which was perfect because Adam.
Pretty ironic.
Yeah, we didn't even know. And we're like, oh, he's like, well, did you know that my name is Adam? Yeah,
and,
so it was
and
fun.
I think he was Han Solo.
Yes, and he had his little dog. He has two dogs.
Was the dog Chewie?
I think he was
He's shaking his head. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Chewie, right?
Yeah, it's Chewie. And I think his hair was a lot shorter then too.
Oh my god, I love how now after the whole pandemic, all the guys are growing their hair long because yes, honey, look at that. I love it. I love guys with long hair. So guys, if you have it short, consider it, especially if you want to be up there and rock out. I love when a drummer has hair. I mean, I'm sorry for the drummers that don't, because I know Damo, I love you, honey. You're my Australian, honey, you know that I love you, but it's different when you see a drummer and just get into it and their hair's just everywhere, and his hair gets everywhere and it gets more puffy and puffy as it gets more
it turns
sweaty.
To a giant fro.
Yeah, which is cool too. I like it too. So, embrace it. Embrace the fro,
Drummers with beards are freaking badass too, just saying.
Hello, he didn't have no facial hair.
There.
I love a beard too. A beard, yes. I love a nice, good, long beard, and the more longer it gets, the more it's more majestic,
It's like it runs away from the top of their heads and just go right down to their face.
Just look like a Viking. That's what I'm saying. Just look like a Viking, and it's good. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. What matters is how hard you rock, and these guys really know how to rock. I mean, we just had a listen to their new song.
Yeah, we're not gonna announce it yet. We'll talk about it later.
It's fire. That's all I'm saying.
It's so badass. I have no words. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It's gonna be gonna be epic. So
yeah, we kept hearing it. Like we were like, oh, we're rocking out. And it's like, put it on again.
Yeah, seriously, just let it run.
It's that
Put it on
good.
loop.
Yeah, it's that good. You know it's good when you have a first listen and then you're like, oh, I want to listen to it again. And then you start hearing other things happening. Oh, the drums in there and the bass and everything is just an Adam's voice.
You know, I don't get that excited for new music until I heard this one, and this one really like made an impact. So it's like, you know, I'm not easily impressed, and this band really killed it. So.
He's hard. He's really hard. And I gotta say, like Parthian, we've had a lot of guys in bands, and I've always said it to him. I'm like, it's like they're like up there, like out of like the favorites of favorites. It's just that I love the progressive death metal mixture of it all. Like they got the seasoning right, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I'm really excited to bring him in. And yeah, I can't gush more than I am right now, but you will see me gush in a second because we're gonna get them out. And I see you guys coming in.
A few shout outs. We got some new follows.
Thank you so much, guys.
Came in with the raid, and we got Red Morning Warning. Thank you for the follow. Pack Drummer.
Thank you so much.
Pocket Full of Sunshine. Prog Wife. Resub.
Prog Wife. Yes. Oh, thank you for the resub.
And then Wool Rammer, and then Zian, who is the drummer of Parthian. And Talimir, I see you in here. What up, Tally?
I see you, Tally. From Norway.
Muse Virus, welcome. And yeah, so that's the road call. Let's get the guys on here. What do you think?
Let's get it going. Let's rock out and have fun tonight. And if you guys have any questions, of course, put it in chat, and we'll get to them. Oh, my thing's having. All right, guys. Of course, I'm gonna say what I always say. Make sure the guys are ready. So, Parthian, fellas, are you ready for me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
And 3, 2, Guantanamera. Aida Guantanamera.
Wow, look at those guys. Yes.
What up, everybody?
What's
How's it going?
up, guys?
Welcome back, Adam.
One of
Welcome.
these guys. Oh, thank you. It's good to be back, and I'm glad to be surrounded by these gentlemen with me this time.
Nice. Introduce
Ooh.
yourselves.
Welcome, Adam. Glad to have you on here. So, the Twitch community will know me as Zian, the best bearded drummer of Parthian on Twitch.
Yes.
Oh, the drummer, yes.
Exactly. But, you know, if you want, this is a special occasion. You all can call me DJ. That's fine.
DJ.
That's me.
Oh, I see a hype train. Whoa.
Hype train.
Hype.
Woo, woo, let's go. 94% already,
And
guys?
we haven't even gotten to Jackie yet. Here comes all the hype.
Prog Wife started the hype train. Let's go.
Hype train.
Metal drummer.
My name's Jackie, aka Wool Rammer 08. I am the bassist of Parthian.
Wow, so the basses and the drummer.
Holding it down on the rhythm section there.
Rhythm,
Nice.
it's all about the rhythm section, you know.
And I'm Adam. I play guitar and yell at people mainly.
And the face of Parthian.
Yeah.
Woo!
The angry
100%.
face, hopefully.
The angry face. Is your hot dog the mascot?
Yeah. I think we would have had maybe like 13 or 14 views on the video if we didn't have a wiener dog in it. But with that wiener dog, it
really
there's a couple
boosted.
thousand that came just for the wiener dog.
You gotta have them on every video
We're
now.
a wiener dog family. Everyone has wiener dogs in this circle.
Well, he doesn't have a wiener dog, but he's basically like the godfather
Yes.
of my wiener dog. So, and probably of his wiener dogs too. So like, he's really just the godfather of the wieners.
Oh, they're like, you
The
guys
godfather
are
of the
talking.
wieners.
They're in the background, like, you're
that,
talking
that
about.
movie was made in the 90s. It's not related to like what we were talking about, but you know.
There was some cringy scenes. I remember the movie.
I always say that if Luna was a doggy, he would be a wiener dog. Like, I've seen a few of them that look just
Because
like.
wiener dogs are awesome.
Yes.
Dude, I want one.
But like a long-haired majestic wiener dog, oh my god!
Right?
Have you seen the
Imagine.
long-haired ones where their like hair just like drags the ground as they majestically
So
walk
cute.
around?
Like
Yes.
walking mops.
What are your thoughts on wiener dogs?
I think wiener dogs are pretty great. You know, I've always been a big dog kind of guy, and then I met some wiener dogs, and they were pretty cool. Honestly, they're probably like my favorite wiener dogs of all the wiener dogs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solid review.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give him like 10 out of 10 Borks.
10 out of 10 Borks.
Bork.
There you go. You heard it here first. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, he's adorable. I love the video that we showed it on your channel the other day.
Yeah, we recapped the podcast from when Procraft was on.
And you were holding him singing.
Yeah, we showed the music video that you've created a while back.
That is the most metal wiener dog you'll ever meet. He will just...
He was so
funny.
chill.
He'll be so pretty while you're just screaming, I guess, above him. And he's just like, I'm used to the screaming.
I
good."
know.
Yeah.
He's so chill. He looks so chill while he's like...
He's not deaf or anything, right? You didn't like blow his ears
Oh,
out?
no.
He's trying to pass off that mic like it's a grenade. He's like,
Like a grenade!
Hot potato.
yep. How have you guys been though? It's great to be back. Super stoked to be able to share some music and some maybe album stories and stuff like that. But yeah, how's everything been?
It's
Throughout
been-
the last several months or whatever.
Been pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, it's been really crazy because the last time we spoke to you, it was 2020. It was October. It was, and that whole month was fun because we were all dressing up for every podcast, and then it just grew. It just grew from there, and I noticed that, you started writing more music, and now it's like you're really, really like. With the two other guys, are you guys doing more streams on Twitch, or is it just like gigs? Are you starting to gig now that things are opening up and gigs are starting to, be a thing again? Because it was not a thing for a while, and I know that's why you were streaming a lot back in 2020.
Yeah. So the streaming thing definitely took off when the pandemic happened, and like we couldn't really do anything else musically. But yeah, I mean, we've played one show in town so far. We've got an album release show set for the 15th of July in Wichita, Kansas.
Got the BMX show in September.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing this sick ass BMX competition thing. I think
What?
That's gonna be
we're playing
nutty.
afterwards.
Bike
I'm
life.
super hyped, and it's got the greatest name. It's called Bullshitting in the Backyard. So we're really excited to be a part of that.
Are you playing while they're writing?
Do what?
Are you playing while they're writing, or is it
Like
like
a
Oh,
background
dude, that would be
music?
amazing. Well, I just imagine like a giant like pit in the middle where we're playing, and they're just fucking
Going
doing
nuts.
like flips and shit
Yeah.
over the top of us.
That would make great footage. Like great footage for a video. BMX dudes doing tricks
That'd
and
be
shit
sick.
while they're
Flipping.
jumping ramps. Man,
yeah,
that'd be
you should
sick.
get some insight on that and make sure that if that's happening, get a crew going, get some video shots of that. That'd be sick.
Absolutely.
Imagine like the moment Adam starts screaming and the guy's midair, he gets startled and just
Oh man, that's horrible.
Don't put that bad juju in the air.
I know, look at that juju. I tell him all the time, I'm like, bite your tongue. Stop saying stuff. Words matter. Might have to stage up in here now. No.
I have a weird imagination.
Yeah, he'll
I'm
say
with
some
you.
random
I've watched too much Final Destination.
Yeah.
I'm like,
right?
Picture like crashing into... I'm with you, Luna. I instantly pictured like not quite making the jump and just crashing into the drums, and it's just
Oh my god.
mayhem, just cymbal gashes everywhere.
Jeez. I think you took it a little too far now. I was just thinking like
Gashes
The
everywhere.
second
You
Gash,
drummers.
I was like, I'm out.
yeah.
You never had a cymbal gash? It's not fun. It's very unpleasant.
Yeah, I mean, trying to hit that choke properly and you jab your finger on it. Oh, worse.
Yep. And
Oh my gosh.
you screwed up instantly.
Yeah. And your nail flies off. Yes. Oh.
Oh my god.
That seems like a comic book scene. Like I imagine like the nail flying through multiple like different fucking
like
borders.
slow
you know? It's
motion.
Little blood drops flying across the crowd and just
Oh, it's brutal.
We're getting so much inspiration here. Just wait. There's gonna be like a music video with something like that.
This
or
dark
something.
humor is just going off haywire now.
Oh, I mean, we can reeling it in 5%. 5%.
I love that Twitch light in the back. What is that? Quackum? Is that what that says up there?
Yeah. So funny story. It normally says Progcraft, but it was a gift from my my boss at my in real life job. At the time, he was like super supportive of the whole Twitch thing. So yeah, he made me this like shadow box, and he put the Progcraft thing on it, and then he made this other one Quackum because it's just kind of like an inside joke that we
Quackum.
would say at work. So
That's great.
yeah, I figured I would put that one up for this. It just seemed appropriate.
So what does Quackum mean?
I don't even know anymore. Like,
It's an
you know,
inside
like, do you
joke,
ever
that's
have
the whole
like
point.
do you ever have like a saying like that where you just say it so much that you get to a point where you're like disconnected from what the original meaning was? You're just like, I don't remember why we say this, but now we say it in literally every possible circumstance we can. Yeah, everything is Quackum. I mean, like, Quackum is life, Quackum is love, Quackum is the universe, really.
Nice. Yeah. You should throw that in one of your lyrics.
Oh,
I think, yeah, it's legendary.
Instead of universe in a ball, it's Quackum in a ball.
In a ball, yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Like, me and my brothers would grow up and just say, like, parts of movies or sitcoms and be like, oh, you know, like, silly things. Like, Seinfeld has a lot of those that you pick up and you start, like, just saying them after a while. And you're, Serenity now! Or something, you know? And so I know,
sure.
Yeah, Quackum. Maybe we should start doing
Even just Seinfeld's theme song is legendary. Like, anytime something funny happens, just like bam 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 bam.
Yeah.
Or the curb your enthusiasm. Like, when something funny happens, you're like, of course.
For sure.
Amused Virus says this topic reminds me of the show Scars on MTV in the 90s. Do you guys remember that?
I remember. Scars,
was that like the injury show?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I remember that.
It's like Faces of Death for MTV.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It totally had the dude from Papa Roach, dude. He was cutting everyone's life into pieces.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
More like he cut his scars open and sewed them back shut.
Well, his weakness is that he can't do much.
He cares too much.
He cares too much. He cares too much.
I don't know the lyrics. I just know the cadence.
His scars remind him that the past is real.
He tears his heart open just to feel. Okay, now I got it.
Ugh.
All right. We're
Wow.
done.
Yeah, just stop us. Like,
So-
next question.
DJ,
Yes.
since you're hot on the mic now, let's talk about you. Like, how'd you start with your drumming career? Like, where'd you start picking up the drums and stuff?
So it's kind of a funny story. My dad.
My dad.
funny. It's
It's funny. I can't even start.
Did we have a conversation before to not talk about your dads?
talking about.
We did, but this question specifically pertains
Talk
to
about
it.
everything but our dads. Just don't bring up our dads.
That's exactly what was said. But now that he's been brought up, no, he's been a lifelong drummer, and he tried like hell to get me to drum growing up, and I just was not having it. And then probably like 2003, 2004, I heard, ironically enough, Bullet for My Valentine's first EP. Like, I really didn't have my own taste in music. Like, I enjoyed metal, but it was my dad's metal. Like, you know, I didn't have my own real taste. And I heard that, and I was like, you know what? This is really cool. And we just, of course, own drums. So I'm like, I'm just gonna learn to play these.
Give it a shot.
And
Like, why not?
yeah, you know, those were the days where I could play, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and do terrible the whole time, but feel really good about it. And it just kind of progressed from there. You know, I've had to take some breaks over the years with this and that and the other thing that's happened, but when it's all said and done, you know, it is the thing I enjoy doing the most in this world. And then when you get to do it with some goons like these guys,
Goon Squad.
exactly, the Goon Squad, it just becomes something where, you know, it means so much more. It's more than just sitting down and playing a couple songs behind the kit and whatever, getting a nice sweat on. Like, you're creating something that's going to have, hopefully, some kind of lasting impact on at least one person.
Right. And how old were you when
so
you?
funny.
Hold on. I'm sorry to steal the spotlight from him. I just want it to be known so he doesn't get banned. Virus is one of ours, and everything he says is out of love. So.
Oh, what did he say? Amused Virus.
Story wasn't funny at all.
Aw. No, we all have
know
one of
what?
those friends. It's fine. We get it. We understand.
He's one of the best friends, though.
Absolutely.
Fantastic human being.
Those are the best
person,
ones.
but-
The ones that can make fun of you are the best
we
ones.
fucking hate him, but we also fucking love him.
So
It's all about hate.
amused virus is whitelisted.
Relationship.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, you know, it was funny, Amused. It was funny. It was funny, like you know, dealing with mold in your house for a year. It's funny.
Oh man.
All right, I'm done. I love you, buddy.
So did you take any lessons?
Not a single one.
Wow.
I learned all by ear, and I think that helps in a lot of ways. But it would be nice to have that like solid foundation of fundamental techniques taught to you by somebody who knows. Like my dad didn't teach me anything because he learned by ear, so he just assumed if you're gonna play drums, you play drums, right?
Right.
It's in the blood then. That's safe to say.
Oh, he will take all of the credit for all of this. So.
He gets it from me.
Sorry, my mom takes the credit for all of my stuff. I mean, she doesn't play any music. So. But so you said your dad's metal. Is that like Iron Maiden and like Metallica? Is like was
it like dad rock, classic rock?
Okay, so yeah, his favorite band is absolutely Kiss, but yeah, a lot of Dio, Dokken, Metallica, which he still this day swears that he should have been the drummer of Metallica because he would have been way better, which
could be true.
A lot of drummers
honestly, probably
will say stuff about Lars all the time here, so we're used to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's well deserved, but he probably could have. The man has basic fundamental groove.
Nice.
That's like saying like you could speak a language.
I just want to point out he couldn't look into the camera and say that. He had to look it up.
Nah, I love you, Dad.
As he clears his throat.
Yeah, exactly. But no, hair metal was absolutely his thing, and that's what I grew up on. So there was always some kind of metal, or something like Kiss, some kind of hard rock playing in the house, and I didn't really grow up on anything different. Like that, just to me, that was music. If you're in our house, something with distorted guitars and heavier drums is going to be playing, and that's just the norm. If you don't like it, you can get the heck out. There's the front door.
House, bro.
Nice. So that's
What was your well, I should just get it out of the way. What are your 5 top favorite drummers then?
Why don't I do that? I want to make an adjustment real quick, so give me one moment.
You're over here prepared.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for that.
You can answer the question if you want while I make this adjustment.
Yeah. So 5.
Okay.
No, that's our thing. I'm not going to put them in any order because the top 5 for me are just drummers that have all been extremely influential on me. I mean, this one probably I feel like everybody says, but it is still the truth. Neil Peart, absolute technician,
Respect, yeah.
the best percussionist of all time in my opinion. From there, my biggest influence was the Rev, and gone way too soon, but everything he played, like there's always a signature moment in all of his music, and that's something that I have not achieved, not even close, but that's kind of something to strive towards. Mike Portnoy, which I know you were talking Dream Theater earlier.
Shit! You're talking his language now.
Oh yeah, progressive metal drummer with rock chops. Like you can't teach that.
Yeah.
So good.
That's what, 3? Oh my god, I gotta do 2 more.
You got this, man. I have faith in you.
You got it.
No. So 2 for me. 1 still active, 1 not active anymore. But Blake Richardson, Between the Buried and Me. Oh, there's not a signature fill on this album. No.
Did you do a Mike Portnoy
when you
fill?
hear more than 5 times on the album, I think it becomes a signature.
Damn.
It's an okay fill. I like it. Besides Blake Richardson, thank you for interrupting when I was answering the question.
Lars
Blake Richardson's great.
Blake
isn't
Richardson is great.
in the list.
No.
No, he's number 5.
He's number 5. 100.
Oh damn.
Ringo?
Oh.
Ringo. Honestly, the other one for me, and this is again kind of a cliche, but John Bonham. I love it.
Okay, that's
The way he played the drums is the exact way I try to record them, so that you can really just make everything explode. Like he figured out that it's not all about the miking or the tuning. It's a lot about the performance, about how you play them, and I will forever respect him for that, no matter what people think of their music or anything about him.
And now you're forever going to regret not mentioning the drummer from Toto.
I mean, that's the best shuffle of all time, but I don't know his name. Does somebody know the name of Toto's drummer?
The Toto
Former
drummer. I don't know. I'm not familiar with a lot of band members' names. I barely remember your names.
That's a drummer thing.
I barely remember my own name half the time.
Yeah.
Hey, what's my name again? Procraft? What?
Is it true? Is it true that drummers never listen to the lyrics? They don't care.
I don't listen to lyrics.
Every time I'm like, maybe it's a singer thing that we look at the lyrics and we read into the song a little more than the drummers.
Yeah, so I think that's actually just a thing. Like, I don't.
Caro, yeah.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you.
Jeff Picasso.
Yeah, I don't listen to lyrics. I don't know what 95% of the lyrics are.
Okay, so most of the drummers usually say the same thing. So it's the drummer thing, I'm guessing.
It is. You know, you listen to the drums. As a drummer, you listen to the drums. Like,
The rhythm.
you'll pick up some guitar and bass, but vocals play no part in drums 99% of the time.
It's just there for melody cues.
Exactly.
Oh.
Drum whispers, damn kids. Yeah, we had drum whispers on the podcast. Was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah. He hosts a lot of get-togethers where all the drummers on Twitch. By the way, guys, I gotta ask you, are you guys going to TwitchCon this year?
We haven't made any specific plans yet, but I think it would be sick. I'm always down for some stuff like that. But I gotta say also, shout out Drum Whisperer, because we've been watching Drum Whisperer forever. Like when we first started on Twitch, Drum Whisperer, you were one of the first channels we checked out.
Daddy
And
drummer.
I think you actually requested he play Rosanna, and you fucking killed it.
I mean, I probably did. There's a very good chance of that. It's a great song.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great drummer too. We were happy to have him on finally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
at first he was like, I don't know, you guys really want to talk to
We
me?
had some deep conversations.
Yeah, we did. We got into like every conversation. Like it was like talking to somebody that's an expert at his craft, and also the dad, in him was like telling us advice and everything. So it was wholesome, but it was good at the same time. And then
Felt like
Well, the good thing is you can't smell through Twitch.
Thank goodness for that, because you all smell like fish.
Is that a public bus or a touring bus?
Oh,
oh,
good question.
you guys, that
Or
that
the
whole
bus
space.
from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's a very specific bus.
Yeah. So wait, where are you guys from?
Well, okay, we're all like, were you born in Wichita?
born in
Okay, so the two of us are both originally from Kansas, right in the middle of the United States. This guy over here has been a West Coaster, and he just it makes it sound like you're a coaster. Like I'm gonna set a drink on you. Like he's a West Coaster. He's on my west side, and I'm gonna just shower him in booze. But regardless, he moved to our area. Like maybe 10 years ago originally. Yep. I'll let you tell your own story.
Yeah, I'll tell my own story. Thank you. So I'm originally from Portland.
Oh,
There you
alright.
go.
And if you will.
Yeah, well, he already said West Coast. Obviously not Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine.
Yeah, West Coast's pretty big, man.
It's Portland. It's the city of Portland. It's the port of the land in Oregon, and that's where I was born. And yeah, somehow ended up in Kansas.
Wow,
but
what a change! What's
you know-
the biggest difference in living in those two parts of the state? What
Wait, what?
what is something that you think is like it was a drastic change from Portland to
Jackie's over there. Don't
Kansas?
tell him. Don't tell him anything.
So honestly, the biggest thing, and I think people from Kansas don't even ever think about this, but Kansas is so incredibly freaking windy. And
Aw.
Nothing to
That's
do with the
just-
tornadoes, right?
no, nothing,
Okay.
absolutely not. So that was honestly one of the biggest adjustments. Like in a lot of ways, it's quieter, it's cheaper, so it's got a lot of things going for it. But that wind, oh my God, like 70-mile-an-hour winds are like, this is just a normal Wednesday.
Yeah. So that's the major differences then. Just the wind.
Yeah, just the wind.
We got invaded by the doggo Mila. So anyone who wanted to see Mila,
Aw.
here she is. She was just chilling in the corner, but now
Like,
she's,
I
now
want
she's
some
here.
love.
She was in
Jackie,
the last-
love me.
She was in the last podcast, and she was dressed up like Chewbacca, was it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Chewbacca, right? Aw, I remember.
Good old Chewy. That was a fun podcast. It was a nice
Oh
time.
yeah, that for sure.
Can we get an oh my for Greer?
Oh my.
From me?
Can we get an oh my?
Tigers and bears, oh my.
Oh my.
But why is this an oh my thing? Oh,
because of Kansas and the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay. It's all making sense now. I got lost there for a few seconds.
I'm sorry. I'm easily derailed.
Speaking of derailed, I need a beer.
If you can't tell, my dog likes the other guys in the band more than she likes me. It's embarrassing.
Aww.
Yeah, it's usually the case, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. She loves them.
So let's divert to Jackie now. Jackie, let's hear your story. Where did you come from, and who is your daddy, and what does he do?
All right. So first thing first, I'm just gonna say it. Nobody cares about bass. Second thing.
What?
That's a lie.
do I look into the
wish.
camera? Do I look at you guys while I'm talking? Is this awkward?
Look at me.
You're talking to people here that's the one thing that I'm always so into, like the rhythm section, the bass and the drums for me does it. It makes it or breaks it, I think, in the band. I mean, of course the vocalist too, but like, the rhythm section though, honey, yes, it has to be popping, it has to be really good. And you guys, when you hear the single coming out, guys,
I live in bass. All right, so long story short, the reason he asked, was I born in Kansas? All my family is from Oklahoma, in case you couldn't tell from my very, very hick accent. So,
Nope.
All my family lives in Oklahoma. They moved here. Hard times came. Everyone moved back except for me. I stayed. And as far as like learning bass, I didn't start learning bass until I was like 18 or something, and my father-in-law was a bass player. And I was like, man, that stuff you're doing is really cool. Like, can you teach me how to do that? And he was like, yeah. So I sat down, and the very first thing he showed me how to do was the 12-bar blues, the bum 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 bum.
The walk.
Bum bum. Yeah. And I picked that up really quick, and he was like, okay, if you can play that, you can play The Trooper by Iron Maiden. So the second thing I ever learned was to play Trooper by Iron Maiden. And when I learned that, he was like, dude, you have a gift. Like, you have an ear for it. And I've literally just played every day, all day for like 8 hours a day. And for those who don't know, this guy is my brother-in-law, and he was in a band.
This is new to me.
Breaking news.
So, like, for those of you who don't know how the in-law stuff works, that wasn't like a weird reveal where we both have the same dad or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
That'll be weird.
My wife is his wife's sister. So
I'll be like, damn, it's mad hickey over there then.
So he was in this band, and he was like, man, I really want you to play for us. And I was like, man, I don't have the talent. And for years and years, Jerry.
Oh no. We need to have a Jerry thing.
For years and years, this guy tried to get me to play for him, and then I finally got the confidence to do it. And then we made badass music together because we're like three of the same personality.
Did you see fucking Tanner?
Fuck you, Jesus.
Oh, damn.
Whoa.
Damn.
That's gonna
On
be
the
so
Sabbath
out of
day,
context.
On the day of the Sabbath.
Honestly, I'm not trying to
you.
take over his thing, but he took over fucking DJ's thing, so I'll do it. Like, so honestly, I was trying to get him into a band for a very, very fucking long time. I've been in like several bands. I don't know why that sounded like I was trying to flex. Like, I've been in several bands.
I've been in a lot of bands. I got
I was in
experience.
several bands before Parthian, and every single time I was always like, yo, I got this guy. He might be related to me in the future once I marry his wife's sister, which is kind of complicated. But yeah, he's a really good bass player, and he should be in the band. And like, I would get them all hyped, and they'd be like, hell yeah, bro. And I'd go over to him, and he'd be like, hell no, bro. So like, basically... Yeah, like he shut me down like probably a dozen
I
times.
shut him down a lot.
Why?
So
Were
many
you not
times.
confident or something?
And then finally I had to get on my knees and not what you think. I just had to beg, only begging.
I mean,
I had to
earlier he
beg
said
him,
it was too
and he
big, so it
finally
might.
said, "All right,"
Oh, no.
but I did have to sacrifice the blood of my first child, and I think he might technically own at least 20% of my body at this point.
Jeez, got it for ransom.
So yeah, that's the story of how I played bass.
Ah.
God, that went deep.
So wait, what? Why did you turn him down so many times? Is it just like confidence, or is it like
So, like, honest
did you
to
not
God,
like him anymore? Like,
honest to God, buzzed truth. I really did not think that I had the capability to play in a progressive band like that. Like, it went. hold on, DJ needs to butt in.
I also just want to point out that in our previous band, which we shall not mention,
Well, it didn't really have a name. It kind of had a name.
it kind of had a
It's
name.
called Shatter of the Silence. Isn't that lame?
We're not talking about that.
He
Anyways,
said it anyways.
right? Exactly. So on a couple occasions, he came over and jammed with us, and it went fine. It was a good time. And then I find out later, because him and I were not friends at that point. I find out later when we become friends, he's like, "I'm pretty sure that you hated me."
oh
Those are the
wow.
best
That was a
friendships,
great
though.
impression.
Those are the best friendships. The ones that they're like, I didn't even like you. Like, I didn't like him when I first
Oh,
met
she
him.
hated me.
I couldn't stand him. I was like, oops. And he was chasing me for a minute, like 3 years. And I'm like, nah.
She was like, man, get out of my face.
You got no chance, right? And then look. And now we have a podcast together. So,
No, that's- I get it. I didn't like him in our first
persistence,
band 'cause
guys.
he was
Be persistent,
he was kind of a butthead, and we weren't really friends in our last
call
band.
you
But then we
butthead
became
too.
friends, and now we made Parthian.
Yeah.
Look at that. He pursued me.
We practiced at his house in that last band for probably 4 months straight, and I never once went in his house. That's how much we didn't really know each other.
Wow, but the
Yeah.
music.
Sorry to derail you, Jackie.
I mean, it's already getting derailed with those white legs of his.
Yeah, what were we
Oh my God.
So he just decided to just pull up his pants and show
no
off his
reason.
tan
We're getting
lines.
views. Okay.
It was provoked.
I mean, I think the views went up when he started getting really
Give it a nice
comfortable.
slap. Give that red hand on
Exclamation
there.
thighs in the chat for one thigh
It's his
slap.
thighs. It's
Yeah,
all
thigh
his
slap.
thighs. So
Oh,
what
man.
were we saying? We went a couple of different.
Yeah,
avenues.
we lost everything.
This is what's it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Is that a nut? Oh no.
No, no.
DW.
No.
It's getting raunchy up in here.
I swear,
my
Twitch,
nuts are white,
isn't.
yes.
There's nothing. None of that is happening here at Twitch. Please do not ban
No,
us.
yeah. We don't condone that kind of behavior.
No nut slips, no nip slips, nothing like that.
The only slips is I don't know. There's probably no appropriate amount of slips.
Yeah, we were also talking about being.
Next question. Let's move on.
When DW was on the stream, we were
Yeah,
talking
funny.
about like being PG, trying to cater to the youth and stuff like that, and then halfway through the stream we're just like, fuck it.
Oh,
And that's funny
fuck.
because DJ right before the stream turned to me and was like, "Do we need to be PG?" And I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, it's 18 or I don't know if we switched and then we switched it back. I'm not sure, but we were like, yeah, it's not gonna work because especially New Yorkers, we have potty mouths. We
Can't.
just
Oh yeah, you're a different breed for sure.
Yeah.
Is New York style pizza actually better than any other kind of pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is that even a question?
Yeah.
What's the difference? I've never been to New York.
Yeah.
Fucking far
Well-
away from Kansas.
you guys are always welcome to come and we could go to a bunch of different spots because I'm telling you, it's
Hell
like
yeah.
I've known world travelers that they've gone to Italy and then they come back. They're like, nope, it's just there's just something about the grease and the smell of the cheese, everything. Mostly
It's the sauce.
it's the sauce, it's everything.
Oh, it's so good. I've tried to explain to him because I used to live in New York City, and I was like, "No, the
You
pizza's just better."
did? You did?
I
Oh,
did.
okay. This is why we're doing this because all right. So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So I've tried to explain it to him. I'm like, no, you can go to a cheap place, you can go to an expensive place. Like, you're just gonna get a really good slice of pizza.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, thin crust and this and that. Like, thin crust is good. I'm not dissing on thin crust, but you go there, you get a nice slice of actual New York style pizza. You fold it over and you just dig in. And it doesn't matter whether it's cheese, pepperoni, any of those. You can do anything on it and it's going to be absolutely delightful. So thank you for trying to explain this to them because they don't listen to me.
Cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I want a fucking legitimate cheesesteak. I really, really do before I die. That sounds delicious.
I mean, you have a lot of years ahead of you, so get your ass over to New York and get some.
How old do you think I am?
Is that a trick question?
It's always a trick. Yeah, it's always a trick question.
Can your age actually be measured in human years? That's the real question.
Totino's pizza all the way.
Human years is just to keep track of how long you've been on this world. If you want to keep it in the time frame, but age really comes with experience, and from the looks of it, you look pretty good if you're considering yourself being old.
He's 100% the most handsome person in this band.
And look at that hair. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's
You gotta be at like.
You were talking about nip slips. There's no way for this guy to have a nip slip. Like his hair just covers it.
oh, that's true.
So I'm just gonna ballpark. You got like late 29, late 20s, early 30s.
Okay, early 30s is right. I'm 32.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
32.
That's young still.
That's
young.
freaking young, dude. What are you talking about?
But it's old when you hit those 30s, right?
No.
No.
It's old when you think of it as being old.
You remember your mom and your dad when they were like in their 40s, and you're like, you're old, and it's like, I'm right there.
Wait, you remember your mom and dad?
Oh,
Okay, my
damn.
mom.
Oh wow.
I remember my mom.
No, so like the way I see it is that, you know, you're only old if your mind is set to be old, right? If you have a youthful mind and you're putting yourself out there and you're just being healthy and, you know, you're keeping yourself active and you're not just dwindling your life away, then you're still young.
Damn.
Can I change your diaper?
Will you just be our dad?
Listen, Drum Whisper, that's not a Tootsie Roll in my diaper.
He's just happy to see you.
Dude,
Oh, no.
Next question.
you got another 60 years ahead of you.
we're doing it live.
Youthful is one word for it.
I warned Luna beforehand. If we get too drunk and out of control, you can just tell us to shut up.
No, you're fine.
No, you're
Absolutely,
fine.
absolutely.
So yeah, plan it, dude. Like, get out here to New York. Like, you got a lot of time ahead of you, and you know, just figure it out. Get a show.
That would be awesome. I don't know how much we can disclose.
Okay, we can't really disclose anything.
We're not-
Let's just say there's some plans in the work to do some things.
Okay.
Places
Woo!
other than where we are currently.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
There's hope.
Yes.
Well, you got friends
we
here.
are planning.
Yeah. And when you do come out this way,
We
let
may
us
need
know.
couches to sleep on, by the way.
For real, though.
All right. Well, you can't call us, but.
That's fine. That's fine.
have a
If you guys
sofa
know any
bed.
like Italian mobsters around you, we'll gladly sleep there.
What part of New York?
Well, they don't know yet.
DJ. What part of New York did you live in?
So I lived in Queens.
Queens. Oh,
And-
that's awesome. What part? I lived in
I'm
Queens for
trying-
8 years. 8 years I lived in Queens. So I love Queens. I know Queens very well.
I'm trying to think because it's been about 8 years since I lived there.
during the FEMA stuff?
That was when I was
So,
with.
by the way, this guy's an American hero. He was part of FEMA. American hero. Follow our band because of this American hero.
It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, and you too, buddy. All right. I'm trying to think because I lived right by Flushing.
Okay, so you lived around where the Globe is, Flushing Meadow Park, where I took you there before. Yeah, it's nice there. It is really nice there. I mean, there's a lot of restaurants there too now.
Exactly, and I don't know if there was a ton there when I was there, but it's a quiet area. It's a nice change of pace because we worked in Manhattan, and I know you all know, like, you get down there and it's just, if you're trying to drive, it's impossible. If you're taking the subway, it's going to take you forever anyways. And being able to go back to Queens and kind of decompress after spending the day there was definitely something really nice. We lived in, because the team I was with, we lived in Brooklyn for a while as well, in a real rough neighborhood, and that was not fun, but Queens was great.
I love Queens. Queens is one of my favorite boroughs
Yeah, it's
because everybody's
it's
always
fantastic.
about Manhattan, and I'm like, no, there's spots in Queens that it's like really, really nice.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, we went to a few places while we were there that were just absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, Manhattan has its moments as well. Like, you have to get past certain things like trash on the street and all that, but no.
I remember there being some pretty crazy drinking stories from the New York days.
So what was the craziest story that you got for me that happened here in New York City?
Okay, so
This is Twitch legal.
it is Twitch legal. I'll skip all the fun bits.
Oh.
Oh, damn it.
This happened over the course of like 48 hours, so it was an interesting couple of days. I went down to a bar in Queens with some friends. We got so drunk. It was the NCAA championship because it was Oregon versus Oklahoma, maybe? Oklahoma State? Ohio State. That sounds right. Anyways, so we just got plastered. Being from Oregon, I'm a huge Ducks fan. And we're leaving. It's, 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30, whatever. One buddy decides he's going to wander off. He just starts peeing on somebody's car. That was cool,
nice.
I guess. Yeah, like, cool, bro. We almost got stabbed because there was some guys robbing an ATM, and one of my drunk buddies decided that he was going to yell at them.
Oh, no.
And
Wanted to be the hero.
Like, yeah, I was like, I don't know this guy. So we just kept walking. Got on the bus. I fell asleep. I woke up in the Bronx, and that was cool. Ended up having to walk like 6 blocks to catch the next bus to get me back to Queens. Get back. It was a long weekend. I was like, whatever, I'm going to sleep in. Next day, I go out for the launch of something. I had bought something pre-ordered and I went out for the launch. I'm riding the bus. It's like 2 a.m. Get my thing, get back on the bus. And my buddy's like, hey, I'm going out to the Under Armour store. They're launching the new Steph Curry kicks. He's like, you want to go? I'm like, fuck no, dude. I am so tired. Like, I am going to bed. He goes out there. He starts texting me pictures. He's like, bro, Steph Curry's here. Bro, Steph Curry's, he's autographing shoes. Bro, Steph Curry is here. And I like wake up and I see all these and he's already back.
Oh.
I'm like, man, you got some autographed kicks? He's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna wear them. I'm like, don't wear them. He's like, I'm gonna wear them.
Oh no.
Yeah, he wore them. Biggest mistake of his life. I think he still regrets it because then Steph Curry went on to be like one of the greatest players of the generation. So.
And then it started like rubbing off, like where he signed it.
Oh yeah, because he played basketball too, and he wanted to play on the court with them, and they didn't help his game at all. But
these are gonna make me a legend.
he liked them, and he smudged it off, and that's his cross to bear.
Oh damn!
But that's probably the craziest that doesn't involve people trying to rob me or anything like that. So.
So, like, as a band, right? Do you have any crazy show stories? Like,
yeah, like live
things
gigs.
that happened that was like fucking like threw you off the rocker. Like,
he's got one. I think it's the same one I'm thinking.
Is it the Aversion's Crown one?
No.
Oh, okay. So he has a separate one. I have one. This one's maybe not as crazy as his. So we've been really fortunate. Like, even years ago when we were had started playing as Parthian in Wichita, like, we got open for some pretty big bands, and one of them was this deathcore band called Aversion's Crown, and we were playing with them, and it was like right before the show. They had their bus parked in this alleyway in between the venue and another building downtown in Wichita, and they had their band clothes drying, because I don't know if anyone like I might be giving away a special secret, but fucking band dudes don't wash their clothes, bro, and they don't really wash their bodies, bro.
Oh.
So they kind of have to just fucking let that shit just dry out in the sun. That's just how it goes.
Sweat.
on tour.
So yeah, when you're on tour, I mean, you don't have a fucking washing machine in your bus.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you do. That'd be fucking crazy. But regardless, so they had that shit out there, and some fucking cracked out homeless dude comes over and just like, hey man, because I was the only one out there. He's like, hey man, do you think I could take these clothes? And I was like, no, I don't think you can at all. I think that would be a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So so I fucking saved those guys all their clothes. They would have been running around naked.
Wow.
I walked back in and I was like, yo, I just saved your clothes from a homeless guy. And they're like, thanks, man. We're going to go play our set now. And I was like, okay. All right.
I
Goodbye.
guess they really didn't care. Their clothes would have been gone. They're like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, I think they were ready to play naked. I mean,
they were
realistically, like, in hindsight, like, I probably would have too. It's just what you got to do.
What choice do you have at that point?
That was a good story. I understand why he chose that one because he was actually present for that one, which is fair.
That's a pretty like integral part of me choosing a story to tell is that I was a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much. So some of the details will be omitted for legal reasons, but we played a show at a place called Skate Farm.
You're naked as well.
Oh,
Skate Farm.
I just said some details are being omitted for legal
Skate Farm.
reasons. So Skate Farm.
Oh,
It is
man.
literally, this guy has a huge like hangar with a flatbed, and we're just on a farm. There's like a pig running around and dogs with
Wait,
ticks.
it was an
and-
actual farm?
Yeah, it's like, so, okay, the thing about Kansas, like, everyone assumes Kansas is just full of, like, all wheat fields and nothing else. Like, we live in, like, the most heavily populated city in Kansas, so it's just, like, a normal, like, medium-sized city. Like, there's, like, a downtown and everything. Like, but that being said, you go literally 30 minutes in any direction, and you're in fucking bumfuck Egypt. So, this is one of those bumfuck Egypt towns just to our north.
Huh.
Okay.
Yes. So, we go out there. We see it. We're sober. We're pretty sketched, honestly. Like initially, we're like, "Oh, this is a farm. Like, this is a farm with a flatbed trailer and a like little trailer hooked up to the front that I assume the dude just lives in." But like, you know what? Let's go to the liquor store. Let's get some beer. We'll be fine. And we did. Came back. A guy dressed up like the clown from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, no.
Definitely like.
What?
Helped us back in everything, and that was terrifying because he was huge.
And there was a pig head on a stick.
There was definitely a pig head on a stick.
What?
Yeah, so like,
It was literally like a hillbilly nightmare in there, but it was amazing.
yeah,
Places like that exist?
Like,
exactly. Being from the West Coast, that's exactly what I said. I'm like, oh man, I got fucking Lyme disease. Like, I'm screwed. But we get a lot of beer.
Oh, and just to give you guys an idea, the bathroom was a funnel that just pointed towards the outside of the building.
And yeah, in the area where everybody was, there was just a funnel and like a tarp.
And I'm sorry, like this may be too much information. It was the male and the female bathroom, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fun. Because sometimes you really got to go, especially when you're pounding beers. But we got extremely inebriated, got set up on this flatbed, and like I set up my throne, I almost like slipped off the back. I realized the whole back of it was just like scrap steel. So I'm like, oh, well, if I just fall off this, I'm just screwed. But it's fine because I'm drunk. So we start playing. We're having a killer set. It sounded good because we were drunk, so it was probably really good.
Probably.
There's a tire swing in the middle of the pit, and
A
this dude jumps in
tire
the tire
swing?
swing. Yeah, and people just start like getting this guy going. He's swinging.
I mean,
he's
that
just
sounds
Are they,
like a
are they
good
like
time.
moshing with the tire
Yes,
string?
that's
See,
what
that'd
I-
be crazy.
I'm picturing it in my head, and it sounds amazing.
It's like crowd
dirt
surfing with a
floors,
tire string.
swing.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's exactly what you're picturing. I'll tell you that.
It's
exactly what
it was. So we just go hard. We get done. They want more. We played a cover we never played before. We'll probably never play again. But yeah, a little bit of trivia for anybody who was there. And so we get done. We're drunk. Finish the beer anyways. And yeah, we decide we're gonna load up and head home. And we get about 30 minutes outside the venue, and we see blue and red flashing lights behind us.
Oh, no.
And we're like, well, we're fucked. This was back in the day. This was far enough back when they still had like the big box mods for vapes, and I had one because I was a real cool guy. And this cop's walking up, and Adam here.
Okay, I know he said we're going to leave certain parts out for legal reasons, but I feel like this is an important part of the story to know what's happening.
Go for it.
Let's just say the car smelled kind of skunky after we just got done playing a metal show as a metal band
okay.
as guys who were also like early 20-year-old guys.
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
was a thing.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's not bad to say.
No, well, that's true, isn't it? It's legal out there, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
It's very illegal here. Like
Is it
like
still
literally
illegal?
as illegal as heroin here. Like
still
literally
illegal?
weed, heroin, and any shit like that will fucking kill you is on the same level here. So
What?
fuck Kansas.
Oh shit, that's fucked up.
Well, then if we're just giving all the details, I'm just gonna finish the story in proper.
Let it rip.
Just do it.
Yeah. So
Do the damn thing.
there is half a blunt sitting on the tailgate that we just left there because we forgot. And this cop's like walking up. Adam has this brilliant idea. He's like, dude, just start hitting your vape. Like, just.
Well, okay, because his vape smelled like a wonderful blue raspberry smell.
Oh,
and I thought maybe
to
if you filled
hide
it
the
with a
mask,
blue
the
raspberry
smell. Okay, smart.
Like, yeah, we'd be fine.
You lit an incense.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm just.
Blueberry,
I'm
Smoking it
pink
up.
blueberry.
You roll down the windows like Cheech and Chong in that fucking car.
Exactly. He realized his folly as soon as the windows went down. It billowed out.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm picturing that in my head now.
Were you
too.
guys just smoking? No.
What were you doing?
Your eyes are beet red.
This guy walks up and he's just like, "How you gentlemen doing tonight?"
Oh, we're doing great.
Sir, we are super good, sir. Yeah, well,
Been better. Never been better.
I see you got some drums in the back here. Y'all playing music? Oh yes, sir. We just played a gig here in town, sir. It was great. Your town is lovely. We love it. We would come back and play again if you'd have us. Cool. Well, I just wanted to let you know that your tag light back here is out, and you're gonna want to get that fixed. Yes, sir. We'll go get that fixed literally right now. We'll fix it. And we pull off and don't realize till we get back to my house that there is a blunt sitting on the tailgate by where that light was out.
Jeez,
And
he completely missed that thing.
So yeah, while we were at the show, we obviously finished it, put it on the tailgate, drove all the way home. Somehow in the wind, it didn't fly away, and we got all the way back and realized it was there. And so it like in the state we live in, that could have ruined our literal lives.
Yeah.
But luckily we're
Wow.
fine, and obviously we don't do anything like that now at all, like never.
I mean, who says no?
But if it were to perhaps become legal in our state, I mean, we could reconvene this conversation.
I mean, I still vape. I don't know what he's talking about.
As he's taking a hit of his vape.
Technically, you're in New York right now on this podcast.
Exactly. And then
It's
in New
so
York, they're
weird.
almost
Even
dressed-
cops do it too. Like there's been like
It's on the side of the freaking like
Building?
while they're parked,
yeah,
waiting for an event to go out. They just like
they're like
Lighting
hitting
one.
it. They're like
That's being out in Portland, that's exactly how it was.
it's
It
pretty
was-
wild.
Oh yeah, I mean, like most people were pretty subtle about it, but there was this one lady. I was working downtown, and she just straight up, like walking outside the 7-Eleven, she just pulls out her pipe and just starts toking up, like.
Dude, the moment
Just walk-
New York made it legal, you can literally smell it as you drive into the city.
Yes.
From over the sea, you can smell it.
Cloud. You see a cloud just like around Manhattan. It's just it's smog. It's now
Yeah, that's
that.
smog.
Yeah.
And then it's the smell.
That's what we would call now smog.
Yeah, it's like
Exactly.
it's just contributing to the whole thing.
So would you say that those were your craziest? But was those your worst moments? Like, do you have like a really bad moment? Like, did you shit yourself playing a show? Did you like into a fight? Like,
Does going to jail count as your worst moment?
I mean, it can be, yeah.
I would
Which
say.
time?
Which time?
Yeah,
You guys aren't
he's
metal if
still
you're not going to
pending
jail.
investigation. He's not allowed to give too many details on the most recent one.
Oh no.
No, but seriously, like those are some of our like they should probably be our worst moments. Like if we had like
They're defining moments.
they're defining moments for sure. But like honestly, like those are some of the most fun moments I've had. Like these motherfuckers and me, like we get into all kinds of debauchery, and we all have each other's backs. Like we're all fucking just like at the end of the day best friends. Like you can say we're a band. Like at the end of the day, we're just friends who have very similar like tastes in music and like luckily ambitions as well. So we're like always on the same page. I fucking love these guys. I'm getting kind of drunk, so I'm gonna
It's
fucking
like- it's-
profess my love
it's-
live
yeah.
on the air.
Well-
but these guys are great.
That's generally how a band should be.
I couldn't do this without them.
It's a band. Like the bands should be
It's a
like brothers,
brotherhood.
you know.
Yeah, it's like a family. It's like a
For sure.
marriage in some sort. Well, you guys are married to each other's sisters,
Considering.
right? So literally.
I think Jack has to say something.
Yeah, Jack, what you got?
What am I saying? Oh, dude. Okay. So
He's gotta get okay.
before I met these guys, I was a one-man wolf pack, and then I met these guys, and I was like, "Holy shit! Is there more to the wolf pack?" And then I made a 3-man wolf pack.
Woo! You gotta do the
threesome.
call now. You gotta do the call.
We're
Do
the
you have a
3
call?
best friends that anybody can have. The 3 best friends that anybody could have.
Oh yeah.
And never,
we'll
never,
never,
ever
never,
each
never,
other.
Wholesome content. Yes.
For sure.
It gets very like up and down, like from raunchiness to like wholesome to like.
We're talking about fucking breaking the law and going to jail, and then straight into I love you, man.
And that's what you get here on YenYorkCity Podcast,
For sure.
and we are gonna show you guys.
Wait, did Greer come back yet?
Wait,
'Cause
where's
Greer said
Greer?
he's gonna walk out for a few moments.
Greer,
He was
Greer.
like, I don't want to miss this. I got a
Your hand got
BRB.
Do you want me to hit him with an @ and make sure he's back? Because
Yeah.
he was really looking forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
I
gotta
don't
wait
wanna-
for Greer.
I don't- yeah, I
Greer's
don't
our
wanna-
guy.
I don't want to ruin it
Yeah.
without
Greer
him.
is our boy. We gotta wait for Greer.
And Greer has been on this podcast before,
He
aka
has.
the greatest podcast on Twitch.
Twice.
Aw, thank you. And you know what's so funny? Greer and you are both recasts, because he was the first one that was recasted, and the first time he was on, I remember it was we had like tech issues because he had this crazy
He really
rig.
wanted to play.
Yeah, it was like this
Couldn't get him
crazy
to
rig.
play.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, and then he was
He's an
like
incredible bass player
Yeah.
and a really good guitar player
Oh.
too. Like it's insane.
all
That dude
around.
has more talent in one hand than our whole band has in all of our hands and feet and dicks.
He's a musician.
Yeah, he's
not-
amazing.
He's not just a instrument player. He's a musician. So
Yes.
Yeah, he's great.
And on that note, Greer, where are you?
Yeah, I take back everything I said if you're not here, man.
The megaphone.
You want to turn it on?
It's okay. I mean, you guys put
Greer.
these on YouTube afterwards or whatever, so we should be fine.
He's not here for this
Calling
exact moment.
Greer to the main office. Greer, come to the office. Greer.
Come to the office with your belongings.
I fucking love that. And also, it gave me PTSD from all the times I got called in the office as a kid.
Oh my god, right?
I'm fucking dead.
Adam, please come to the
No!
office, Adam.
Don't call my parents!
Your mom's here. How many fights did you guys get into in school? Were you like into like
This
the fight?
motherfucker was the fighty motherfucker.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
I'll be honest. I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm an idiot. I'm the fightsy one. Like when I feel like someone is looking at me wrong, I will shoulder check the fuck out of them.
What's your sign? Are you a
including me.
fire sign? What's
I'm the
everyone's-
fighty guy. These two guys.
What's your
Astrological sign.
I'm a Taurus.
Okay, boom.
sense.
He'll
That
bull
makes
your
sense.
ass.
Jeez.
So
Fucking
I'm
a
the
horde up
fighty
the ass.
guy.
There you go.
these two guys are the like, let's talk about it and make sense about the situation.
Yes, though.
What? Hold on. What'd she ask?
Yeah, that's his sign.
How many fights?
Oh,
in
Oh
what's-
yeah, how
yes,
many
you're
fights in
right.
school? Yeah.
In school, 1. In school, only 1.
Haha, motherfucker, I had to.
Yeah.
So I was in at least 8 fights in school.
What?
He's lying. No, I am not lying. So I am what you would call a reformed Leo. I leaned very heavily into my fire sign when I was younger. So I love to fight. Like my buddy accidentally like slapped me once, and that was just a terrible time. Like I felt so bad afterwards, but he slapped me.
I just want
He went
to
there.
point out the whole time he's telling this story about fighting, he's eyeballing me.
Well, and let's be honest.
My friend
I feel like
slapped
we've
me.
all chilled out a little bit, but if I could say who has been in a fight in the last year, it's this guy.
Yeah, that's a guarantee.
In the
Yeah,
last year.
every time we go out, it's like if anyone fucks with either one of us, this motherfucker
and it'll be
end
like
it.
someone really innocent just looking. He was like, "What the fuck you looking at?"
So that's what I was gonna say, right? In high school, I was a very quiet to myself. I'm still a hermit to this day. I'm very in my own shell. But if someone is picking on somebody that I care about, I'll knock them the fuck out, like no questions asked.
I was
or
the
at
same
least
way.
try.
Yeah.
At least try.
That wasn't awkward at all.
We are the embodiment of awkward, so you guys just get ready.
The whole reach
listen.
around.
Jackie, I wasn't staring at you for any reason other than we're gonna fucking fight someday.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only friend of his he's never tried to fight physically.
What?
Yeah, like I said, I'm reformed. I don't go out picking fights anymore.
Okay. We've never tried to fight, like not actual
guys
fight.
almost-
It's always just
Like brotherly
Yeah.
fights.
Well, argue,
exactly.
argue, then
Bro.
having to.
Like just fuck
little
around
bro
fights.
chuckles.
Okay, so let me add on to that, okay?
He's about to spill the sauce.
Dude, I'm about to spill the sauce, guys. When I met this guy, he was like 15 or something like that. Like he's my little 16.
Like 3 years ago.
He's my little brother.
Well,
And that's all it has ever been is brotherly tiffs. Like there's never been anything beyond that. It's just been like I expect more than what I did from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and little does he know I'm the same fucking degenerate he was. But I do love this guy, and I've always thought of him as a big brother. And like this dude, we're just a fucking threesome of 3 hairy fucking dudes.
A hairy threesome. Okay.
And as per usual, it went from vulgar to heartfelt in a moment.
Aw.
So
Well, and then back to vulgar because
Yeah.
we're all very, very insecure with like our emotions, so we have
So-
to go back to vulgar to like, it's just the proverbial thing to do.
So who's the big
I'm
spoon?
not insecure with my
Who's the little
emotions, just-
spoon?
Oh,
Who's-
I am the little fucking spoon.
Who's the-
I will
who's the
I
meat in
will
the middle of
little
the
spoon
sandwich?
fuck
Who's
out
the-
of this life.
he's little, he's big, and I'm the guy who's like, yeah,
Power bottom.
I'm like, yeah, I'll be either. I don't care. Like, you want to spoon me? Cool. I don't mind feeling secure, but I'll spoon you too. If you need somebody to hold you, I'll hold you.
I'm just glad I didn't have to answer my favorite basis because trying to think of basis.
No,
His
you have
favorite
to
basis is
answer that.
Victor
Yeah,
Wooten.
you have to.
You have
That's-
to
And on
answer
the
it.
Jack for his top 5 favorite bass players.
Yes.
And segue. Top 5 bass players.
Go.
Go, Jackie.
All right, top 5 in order. I'll go opposite than DJ. John Entwistle, number 1. That guy, absolute innovator. Who would be next?
I mean, obviously the guy from Master.
Victor Wooten would be number 2 because Victor Wooten is just fucking amazing. If you guys haven't ever heard of Victor Wooten, the next, I'm horrible with names, just like Luna. The bass player from Mastodon is a huge idol in how I play the music that I
Greer's
play.
back.
Here's
Greer's
back.
back. Okay. Where am I at? Where am I at? 3? I gotta come up with 2 more.
2 more. We were waiting for you, Greer. We weren't gonna start without you.
Okay. So where did I leave off?
That's the name of the
Wooten.
Okay, Troy. Thank you. The bass player from Mudvayne. I hate it. I know I'm gonna catch a lot of slack. That bassist is fucking incredible. Listen to what he does.
He has a name.
I don't know his name.
Neither, but he has one. He fucking has one.
And then yeah, absolutely Cliff Burton for just being a fucking like absolute segue into what is metal today.
Yeah, for sure.
So after that, we can just listen to this song, right?
Yeah, I think we're good now for the next
Okay, hell yeah.
next part of this. Everybody's anticipating on this.
Absolutely. Are you guys ready to hear some new fucking Parthian?
New
Let's go.
Cue the children cheering.
Dude, do the children cheering.
Do it again. Do it again. We'll do it again. Hold on.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
Let's go.
All right, we're gonna fuck off.
All right.
Do we need
Hype.
to tell them You
Oh
guys-
yeah, you want to do a quick synopsis, backstory on this track?
All right,
Yeah,
so we
before-
are releasing an album. We're releasing an album on July 1st. And this album is called Desolation of a Ceaseless Dawn. It is a progressive death metal album with all kinds of crazy shit that you would like. You know, it's got the heavies. It's got the catchies. It's got the fucking weird parts that you wanted out of a progressive band. It literally has everything you could ever want, and we hope you fucking love it. This song is called Numinous. I would say it's the most well-balanced song on the album. It definitely has elements of everything on the album, and it's just a great synopsis of like what the main character is going through throughout this time, because it is a concept album that tells a story from start to finish.
Am I adding to that?
I mean, if there is anything to add, because I am just, amazing.
So anybody who's seen the track listing, Numinous falls basically right in the middle. So we are basically joining our character halfway through his story, and this is a moment of just like, to him in his journey, this is the peak, this is the pinnacle of the person that he is, that he's supposed to be. And this song really captures just the arrogance, like the air of importance that he has around himself in his journey. And I feel like that really comes through in the lyrics, especially in the chorus.
Can I add one more thing?
Okay, and Jackie wants to say something.
You have to, come on.
Let's fucking go!
Let's go! New Parthian. Let's go.
freaking sick.
That was fucking fire, guys. Greer! Oh my god, yes, I need more. Amazing.
It's an early birthday gift.
That was eargasm.
I don't even smoke, and I feel like I need a cigarette right now. It was so good. Oh my god.
I love that.
That was sick. How do you like the graphic?
It's fucking fantastic. We love it. Like, it's amazing. It fits the music really well. Like, man, you're like, I love the intro too. Like, it just looks great.
Everything is fantastic. You guys put on a killer fucking podcast.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we put a lot of effort. We think about everything we can do to make it better. So we're always, welcoming any kind of input or any kind of suggestions on how to make the podcast better, And there they go again. Yes.
Do you want it? Because I'll send it to you.
It's amazing. Thank you.
I feel like we should play another song.
We don't got that one set up.
Typical bass player. Well, if you want another song will be out soon. I will just tell you the song that we just played is not the song that we're going to lead the album with as a single. We have another song we're going to put out the album with, and this motherfucker over here, Jackie, created all the graphics for it. So we're really excited to show you guys what he came up with visually.
Actually, let me steal the mic. Luna.
Yes.
That's why I was asking you earlier. So I've put quite a bit of time into learning Blender, and I've put together a nice little animated music video part for one of our songs in Blender.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I've never actually dove into Blender. I wanted to, but I haven't gotten into it yet.
And real quick for the album cover, his name on Instagram is @GuzikArt. That's GUZIK Art, A-R-T. Fucking incredible artist. We're very, very fortunate to be able to work with him. He came up with literally the extension of exactly what we had in our minds for what this album should look like. It was literally like a joy to work with him. He's fucking huge. Like, I can't believe that he even worked on our stuff. He works with the band Sabaton on some of their t-shirt designs and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. But thank you so much. If you're watching this, we really appreciate everything you've done, and thank you for being a friend of the band and everything you've done.
Yeah, that art is sick.
The mix,
it's fantastic. The title that the album ended up having was not the original title. There's kind of a working title, and there was an idea, a concept for what the art would look like based on that. And then when we pivoted and decided, this is going to work better overall, we started brainstorming, what should this be? What are we trying to say with this artwork? And he knocked it out of the park.
He captured it completely. That was it. He captured it completely.
For sure.
Pretty sick. The creature on the art kind of remind us of one of our podcast alum, C.S. Murphy. He has this ingenious mind that creates these creatures out of nowhere, and he likes to blend different animals, with
aliens,
different
that's insane,
different bugs to see what a bug would look like with octopus arms. It's just nuts.
You should definitely put us in touch. I mean, we're always looking for people to be the coolest thing for us. Obviously, we're very, very excited about the music. We hope you guys loved the song that you just heard, and we're super, super excited to be able to share this album that we've been talking about for so long. But in my opinion, I'm more excited seeing other people be excited about their form of artwork, and that was so cool about this album is the album artwork itself. He was excited about doing it. We're working on a music video right now, and that might be a huge spoiler or whatever, but the guy who's doing the music video is so excited about the artistic vision of the album, and there's actually a physical written document of the album story. It's 25 pages long, and DJ really stepped up because he's a really good writer, and he put together basically a novella of what our album story is.
Let me tell you guys this. I really hope this gets put in with album sales, with vinyl sales. If that's a thing, no spoilers. But I really hope what he wrote gets put in there, because if you're a fan of Stephen King, if you're a fan of Who's the other really like good horror artist? You would know. God damn it!
Edgar Allan Poe.
No, not Edgar Allan Poe. Is he modern?
He's pretty modern. I mean,
The other Stephen King.
I was literally at a party with Edgar Allan Poe the other day.
Anyway, whatever. None of these guys know what I'm
Rob
talking
Zombie?
about. Neither do I. Because I might be a little buzzed.
Everyone, DJ is the living embodiment of the reincarnation of Rob Zombie, even though Rob Zombie hasn't died yet.
Oh man.
But I'm telling you, this, like the story that was written about it, could be a novel written on paperback, and you would read it and you'd be like, I am so it's like J.R.R. Tolkien type
really,
writing.
Yeah, like I mean, it really is captivating. Like like we've known he was an incredible like writer for a long time. In addition to being a drummer, I mean, like one thing I could say about DJ is he actually came up with most of the song titles on the album. I had to convince him of the album title because it's so fucking long. But I mean, it's a long fucking album, so I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand. But regardless, like, you know, the song Numinous itself, the song that we just played for you guys, that name was come up with, you know, by DJ. Granted, at the time when I started writing the song, he wasn't a big fan of the skeleton of the song Numinous, but that's another story that I'll let him tell right now.
So I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of Numinous initially. It's when it was just the bare bone rhythm. It was this 4/4, you know, 5 minute, or I guess that time it was probably like a 4-minute song, and like it was okay, but writing drums to it felt impossible. Like I tried to go like a more Gojira route, you know, and make it very like rhythmic with the toms and stuff, and I just did not like it. But Adam was dead set on. He's like, this is a good song. I'm telling you, you're stupid. You're gonna get it. And so I just kind of kept.
Get it together,
I just
man.
kept going along with it, and slowly but surely, the bones became, you know, an actual frame, and he put some meat and some veins in it, and like when I finally heard what he had been hearing the whole time about it, I started to realize, I'm like, oh, like this could be a really good song. Like I'm gonna hit it with some blast beats because blast beats are fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try to fit in. I feel like that's the song I tried to fit in the most different kinds of blast beats.
Yeah, you can hear the breaking of the parts as you're playing through them.
And it's something I was striving for. Like once I started to realize what his actual vision was, I was like, okay, this song is gonna slap, and I'm gonna do this. And I thought it sounded pretty good. And then he decided pretty late in the process, he's like, I'm actually adding like a minute and a half to this song, and he sent me like a rough idea of it with some drums, and I was like, okay. And he's like, also, P.S. sorry about the fill. I'm like, okay. So it's that clean part towards the end. There's that drum fill right before we come out of it.
Basically a drum solo. Like it's a glorified drum solo.
It's a very short drum solo, sure. And so like I started playing along to that, and it kind of got reworked just a little bit. It ended up being pretty close to what he had decided originally. And then when we were in the studio, when we actually recorded it, I realized at that moment, like, okay, like this song is very, very, very good. Like I can admit when I'm wrong. I was like, I was wrong on Numinous. That song came together, and I love the balance. Like it's.
Is this why you're not like you've been asking, like you asked us like our honest opinion about the song? Were you feeling like something is like off with the song at all? Like are you not confident with the song as it's being written or structured?
Not at all. So out the gate, I was nervous, but I couldn't see what he was hearing.
Well, and I can shed some light onto that. So like on this album, there was a really regimented pre-production process where I wrote a lot of the like guitar structure of the songs up front, and about halfway through writing the album, which coincides with this song, I discovered the amazing software GGD. Shout out you motherfuckers for creating the greatest fucking drum sampling software of all time. But you know, I did that, and I started programming drums, and made what I thought was an impossible to play drum part for him to play, and he fucking nailed it. But
Wow.
but yeah, like our pre-production is very much like on this album specifically, for the first probably like 6 or 7 songs on the album, was like I would come up with like a guitar outline of what I thought the song would be, but like only I could really extend on that and like know what the rest of the band would be doing in my head, because like for the most part it was just a guitar track. So I can see why like sending it to him, if he heard just like the one guitar with no drums, no bass, no vocals, nothing like supporting it at all, it would be kind of hard to stand behind. But I had this vision in my head, and that's what he was getting onto.
That's what I was getting onto. Yeah, no worries or complaints about how it turned out. I think it's one of the strongest tracks on the entire album when it's all said and done. But yeah, and I'm sure you've written plenty of music. You get into that first step, and sometimes you don't get it. It's like I don't get this yet. And there goes the dog. She gets it.
She gets it. She's like, I hear you.
Exactly. But it's a fantastic song. We really we didn't have to talk about it too much when we were deciding what is going to be, singles, what are the best songs on the album, or the songs that we think can really tell people what the album's all about. And I think we were all in agreement. Numinous was absolutely one of them. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun to record because the pre-chorus kick drum part is easily the fastest thing I've ever wrote. And I wasn't sure. I'll be honest. I was nervous in the studio. I was like, man, it's time to reproduce this. And I don't know if it's going to go well. But luckily I did my stretches and was feeling nice and loose and limber. And it all came together in the end.
So yeah, that fast double bass part was fucking crazy.
That was
I'm just gonna go ahead and add to that, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, Yen, but I think we all had our songs on the album where we were like, oh, does this one really fit the mood of like what we're doing or whatever, and then you sit back and you let other people listen, you let your producer listen, and then you come back and you listen to it through another eye, right? Like as the eye of the listener, not the eye of who wrote it. Right. And you're like, oh yeah, this is great. It's great. So
and that's one of the concepts that I would like, one of my band members to kind of understand, that it's to write something. It's different when you're listening to it versus to what other people hear and perceive it, because you might think you sound like crap, but to the listener, it's like, dude, you sound amazing. Like, what are you talking about?
For sure. It's two completely different things, man. And it's hard to separate that. It is. It's hard to separate that. So
it's always great when you have like an outside opinion and it's like non-biased. It's just someone that's never heard the band. It makes you more confident, because you always feel like, well, if I wrote it, then of course I'm gonna love it, right? Or like someone in your family's like. But then you have that one friend that's going to be really honest and be like, well, it could be a longer song, or it could be a shorter song, or this. Absolutely. You should start the song the way you end it, kind of like with that same intro, but like at the end, and then kind of go down and slowly start stripping stuff from the song, and then just, like there's little things like that.
And if that's coming from someone that doesn't know anything about music, you're like, all right, shut up.
Exactly. Yeah. Like literally just stop talking, because no, you hit the nail on the head. Like that's exactly what like any band I would think is like their most valued advice would be from like the outside kind of lens,
Mm-hmm.
like somebody who wasn't there during the creation, wasn't there during like the conceptual, like piecing it together process, but somebody who like just looks at it completely from an outside lens and is able to, recognize like the intention that was put into it is like incredible. Like it's undescribable to like, have somebody kind of pick up on that, after you like intentioned it into the world with the song, Yep.
And the best thing is when you have a vision, like you said, you had a vision and you heard it in your head a certain way, and then when you bring it to your guys and they're like, oh, and it all comes together. That's what I mean. Like the dynamics, the chemistry between bandmates. It's just like, that's when the magic happens. When you're like, oh yeah, he got it. At first he didn't get it, but then it's like, boom, it like clicked. And then he just went off and then did some incredible drums. And it's just like, whoa. And then the bass line and like we were just listening to it and we're like, and the mix and the production is so good. You know,
Like, you can hear everything, and
Everything.
that's what we like in the production of a song, that you can hear each instrument and nothing's getting drowned out, nothing's clashing. You know, like everything is solid. So that's, you know, kudos to you guys, because that was a good mix.
Well, and really kudos to Scott. I mean, the guy that produced the album, his name's Scott Spriggs. He's probably the most amazing engineer, producer, mixer, like anything, any fucking description of that type of job. Like, this dude is like, yeah, like, okay, so let me just tell you something. Like, at one point in the album, we were recording it, DJ was recording drums, and he hit a cymbal, and Scott stopped the playback and was like, hey, I'm pretty sure at one point your stick chipped, because I could tell, like, the sticks sound different. And DJ looks at the tip of his stick, and sure enough, there's a big chip missing out of it.
Wow, you can hear
That's
that.
how good of an ear this producer has. Like, he was the most amazing person to work with. Again, Scott Spriggs, everyone look him up. Like, pay him to record your stuff, because it will sound fucking incredible. Like we wrote songs, but he brought them to life. That's what he did.
I have to mention, Scott is not a metal guy. Scott has his own band, and it's very poppy. It's very pop.
It's like an electronic hard rock band that he's in, and like really a lot of the stuff that he produces is like indie and rock and like very like vocal and drum forward stuff. But that's exactly what we were looking for. We were like, how do we make like black and death metal sound like it should be on a pop album? That was our goal.
I feel like that was a big key, not having a metal guy doing it.
I have nothing to add about Scott. They really nailed all of that. But kind of harkening back to what you were saying, Luna, a little bit ago, you talk about how the bass stands out and nothing ever feels like it's getting pushed out of the mix or anything like that. I feel like that's one thing that makes this band work extremely well, is we're all very complimentary about like pulling back when you think something else should shine. Like, I have no problem being like, all right, I'm just going to pull these drums way back because there's a super cool bass line that's happening here, or like a really cool lead guitar part. We try to do our best to give each other space and then compliment each other. Oh God, Jackie's got a
He wants the mic.
All right.
He wants the mic.
The heartfelt is done, I guess.
You want to hear about space?
So here it is. We all come up with these bits, and it just turns into this beautiful conglomeration that you hear.
This would be a good time to cue the bass video that we sent you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's volume 2, was it?
That'd be volume 3.
Volume 3. Let me see if I can pull this up here.
I remembered the first volume.
One moment. I have to load it up here. But yeah, continue.
No worries.
Yeah, we threw you off your time.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep talking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Keep at
Exactly.
it. You're
Like,
good.
You're good. We're good.
Segue.
We just imagine, like, you're like a stream deck. We can just press a button and be
Yeah.
like, all right,
You're
now
over
cue
here
to this thing.
Loading up
Like,
volume
you guys
3.
are-
I got
you're,
volume
like,
1
frantically
queued.
scrambling to do like our request. I'm so sorry.
Trying
We're
to go in
terrible.
order
We're
here. You
terrible.
decided to go backwards. What the?
How perfect was that segue? Like,
Yeah, I mean, literally
Beautiful.
transition game.
Immaculate.
This motherfucking transition game is on Miami Dolphins level, and anyone who's into like production, URM and shit knows what I'm talking about.
All right, so I think I have it here. Let me load it up on the screen here. Uno momento. Studio. I load the studio mode because I gotta get into this scene. Where's the YouTube capture? Right here. And it's not loaded. All right. Technical difficulties. One moment.
The dog goes.
Oh,
Okay,
there you go.
There it goes. Okay, we're good now.
All right, we're good. Well, just know we were loving this dog. We were loving on this dog
Aw,
because
she's
she's great.
Oh, I love her.
This one. That's the one we want.
She's not a very music friendly dog. A music video friendly dog, I should say. But she is definitely like a in
She
the
is
studio
such a
kind of friendly dog.
mush. She is so lovable.
All right, I think we're ready.
Okay, ready? All right, let's
Give
do
this
it.
a go.
I think, is this the one with a lot of other friends featured in?
That's true. This one
Yeah.
does feature all of our friends on Twitch. We love you guys.
Alright,
Thank you so much, everybody who was a part of this video.
I bought a gun the other day, it's cute and small. Yeah, it's right in my pocket. Yeah. Sorry.
Nice intro.
May just have to finger it.
You may have to.
Not all the way up. All the way up. Not all the way up. All the way up. Sliding down. I'm making an ugly face while I do. I feel my lips like a
Pucker lips.
So overall, the bass playing on this album is really fantastic, honestly. Jack didn't work with us on our EP, and he just brings a whole new element to our sound. He's very funky, he's groovy. I think a lot of that comes from the fact that like 90s rap is probably his biggest influence when it comes to music, but it brings a very beautifully rhythmic sense to everything.
That's the best riff on the album.
Yeah, a little teaser there.
Ooh.
Ah, that double bass.
Jack and I had known each other 10 plus years at this point, and shortly after we met, he started playing bass. He got really, really good really fast. From that point on, I basically asked him nonstop if he would be in a band with me. Didn't want to join a band at that point. I'm glad that we were able to finally convince him to come join Parthian because he's a perfect fit, both personality and bass playing wise.
Aww.
He's freaking incredible. The bass solo that he came up with in Call of the Void, it's super crazy. We all can't wait for you to hear it.
So there's a bass solo on Call of the Void. It's beautiful. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure he made it up on the spot, but that's just the theory. Bass theory!
Oh.
Thanks for watching.
DJ's so cute.
So I remember when we were in the studio, we started noticing this trend is Jack couldn't record a bass
Like how the other
part
members
without,
are talking about the
in middle
bassist,
of it,
and the
like
bassist
nailing
not
the
saying
bass
anything
part.
about himself.
But he would have full conversations with us in between, which is not something that people typically do when they're tracking.
Dude, I smoked like 2 cigars yesterday. My hair still smells like cigar.
I was telling you, like, we fucking one take this, I swear to God. And he's gonna do it while we're talking, right?
You gonna want me to hold the note again? Yeah, because I had a boner in class once. It's awkward. I want to pop it. I thought I was. Oh shit! I thought you had it. Where?
In the middle of recording, popping a beer.
God damn it.
Or was it a ginger
What
ale?
inspired me to do this album? It was the other dudes in the band. We'd all just come up with little bits, and then we'd piece them together, and it'd turn into the beautiful music conglomeration that it is. We did a lot of work on this album during lockdown, and the state that we live in, it didn't get hit as hard as other states did. So we had a lot of time to still get together and work on things, and it worked out really well. But none of this would be possible without the people that we met on Twitch, because during that time we were streaming to try and come up with funds to
Twitch
support
love.
the album, and we met a lot of really cool people that backed us up and made this whole thing possible. So none of this is
Aw.
doable without you, the people.
You
So
guys.
thank you very much, and bye. Have a beautiful time.
Goodbye.
Diggy diggy. Oh, how can you brag about my
Greer.
Atlas?
I just
Our
said I have a
dude.
butthole. You don't have to have a butt to butt chug. All you need is a hole and a tube.
Alarming, Jackie. What can I say about Woolrammer? I remember stumbling upon his channel, and I was like, dude, there's more bassists on this website, and I thought that was pretty fucking cool. Turns out one of those people that became a good friend of mine. Love the guy, miss the guy, by the way. He's also pretty shit at Smite, though. I'll say that. I'm very fucking happy about you guys coming out with a debut album. I'm sure Woolrammer's bass on it is gonna be mint. Miss all you guys. Can't wait to hear it, guys.
I asked to do a video about Jackie, and so I'm just gonna list off things I'm jealous about. I'm jealous of his bass playing. I'm jealous of his jawline, his amazing hair, how good he looks in glasses. Why don't you share some of that with the rest of us, dude?
Yeah, right.
First met him, he was streaming Axiom Verge and drinking lots of beer, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is my people right here. So fast forward to, the pandemic and all that, and me and Falcon and a couple other people were out of work and like not doing so well. Jackie just like comes out of nowhere and just like throws money at us. I'm like, what? Okay, what? So Falcon was doing a stream and he's like, man, I haven't had any beers, blah, blah, blah. And because I'm not drinking beer because I don't have any money, can't afford beers. And Jackie's like, no, we can't let that happen. And he just throws him like $40 or something. He's like, dude, go get yourself some beer. Because he's just generous like that. So over time, our relationship evolved into a love affair. Well, no, it didn't actually. No, but we did play World of Warcraft together for a little while. That was pretty dope. Haven't seen him for a while, but hope he's doing great.
Looks like an actor.
What can I say? Woolrammer is one of the absolute coolest people that I've ever met in my life. He's a phenomenal bass player, badass musician in a metal band, and beyond that, he's just this all-around wonderful guy that I look up to. I just think the world of him. I am so excited about this upcoming album. I'm proud of all of you, and Jackie, you rock.
Very nice.
What can I say about Jackie?
There he goes.
There he is.
A fantastic bass player. He's probably like
Who's in
the
chat?
5th best bass player I have ever met out of 5.
Oh,
Out with all the band practice that they're doing, in a couple of years he maybe even be as good as Pete Wentz.
Oh, no.
But he's also a fantastic friend. I just think the world of the guy and of all members of Parthian. They are some of the most fantastic, lasting friendships I've ever made, and I'm happy I met all of them.
Oh my god.
I'd like to think that when Prograf decided
Return of the
form a
Dukes.
band, he needed the most stereotypical bassist there is. The long hair, probably a little bit of a pothead, just wants to sit, have a couple brews, and play the same note over again. And he said, I got the perfect person for that. Woolrammer. Love you, buddy.
Oh.
Out of all the musicians I have met on Twitch, Woolrammer is easily
he's
in the top
he was in stream too.
300 of the bassists that I know, and he is easily my third favorite
that dude's
member of Parthian. But seriously, getting to know Wool and the rest of Parthian these last 2 years has been awesome. I love Wool to death. He is funny, and he is a great guy, and I cannot wait to hear him on this album. I love you. And I'm very proud of you, buddy.
And Jesus is
This
hot.
is just a short little message for Woolrammer.
Relaxander!
He's gonna be on next week,
I just wanted to say
guys.
that when I look back on my early days of streaming on Twitch and working on music and especially community building, I think of Wall, I think of the other Parthian guys, just seeing your genuine passion for performing for people and just making everyone in the room feel warm and have a good time. Just look forward to seeing more from you. Hopefully soon enough. Take care and have a beautiful album release.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful.
7/1/22.
I love DJ, I gotta say. These guys are so fun.
that wheezing laugh.
Contagious laugh.
Pull it together. Every time I start,
You want my inhaler over there?
So my overall Jack on the thoughts of the bass on Jack. My overall, so the thought of the record was we could have had more overalls, honestly. It's fucking
Rootin' tootin' now.
Got the scar. Right to the red.
Jack, the scar. Look at the scar. Look at the scar.
Very nice. Oh, that's a happy tune.
Go subscribe.
Go subscribe.
Aww.
We continued.
You guys are so cute.
That was
All
a nice video.
So before you go, real quick, so I can fucking get this shit out of my hands.
Okay.
So you were asking what we were drinking during the making of, and that was Rolling Rock. Shout out Rolling Rock. Please fucking sponsor us. We need fuel for our alcoholism so bad. And if you want to know how many Rolling Rocks we drank during the making of this, including our producer Scott, our lovely producer, you will see on this board at the very bottom. It says beers killed. Here we go.
Jeez.
Look at all those fucking beers.
Is that 5, 10, 15,
that was
20,
6 days,
25, 30,
5 or 6 days in the studio. 5 days in the studio. 5 days in the studio, we killed over 100 beers.
Wow.
So Rolling Rock, you owe us. You literally owe us at this point. Your beer fueled our album, and we want you to sponsor us.
Shout out to Rolling Rock.
Is that a drawing of a penis on there?
Rolling Rock. It's not a drawing of a penis. It's a very obscure statue. You'll understand it later.
Let me explain. Okay, so DJ and Adam are very serious men. They're very serious. And
what was I doing?
If you like the way you look, you'll guarantee it. Like when it came to my turn to fill in the board, I was like, I can't do serious shit. So we have the X, we have the penis, we have the circle. We have the smiley face.
They just blocked off their parts. He just drew doodles.
We have the satanic star. We have some kind of similologram, like.
Oh my god, that's the S we all drew in like junior high school.
I can't even see what the last two are because all I see is Adam's ass.
Oh man.
Well,
that booty, though.
Never mind. I'm not even gonna go into what he just did to my rear end. But that last one was a fucking heavenly shit. It was a piece of shit, like a piece of steaming fucking poop with a like halo over it because this motherfucker is the greatest steaming pile of shit I've ever met.
I feel like a lot of those moments are like key moments of those days that has been triggered to be marked as memorable moments to be memorable.
Memorable. You're not even drinking.
These guys are just like
Bruno's getting contact drunk off of us.
It's happening.
We're so fucked up.
It is happening.
All right, so any questions for the base video before we segue into the next video?
Which one's the next one?
Hey, do not let him control your fucking podcast. You guys have the control.
Amazing.
Tell him to shut the fuck up, Jack, because that's what we told him. Actually, we said, God damn it, Jack.
I have a question. So
just wait. There's a video coming soon that documents the 30 million times we have to say, God damn it, Jack.
There's at least 30 God damn it, Jack.
A question for DJ. A drummer's technique question. How are you doing your double bass to get that speed? Are you doubling? Are you singles? Or what are you doing?
So a lot of it for me came down to swivel, and I've been. Well, yes. I mean, he knows that.
He uses a cheater.
For the layman, that means double strokes. There's a technique of double strokes that this beautiful man has adopted.
What he did was he paid $500 for a double pedal that does all the work for him.
Yeah, it really actually he doesn't even play drums. It's all programmed. So it's all just like an imaginary process. And if you ever see us live, like he's not doing any work at all. He's just sitting back there while an entire track plays.
Leave it to the non-drummers to talk for the drummer.
Bass parts. All of his bass parts.
All of my bass parts. Yeah. Thank you.
So I'm assuming DJ also sang on the album too. Controlled the vocals, the lyrics.
No, he sang on the making of videos. That Wilhelm scream. He does a perfect impersonation of the Wilhelm scream. Ah!
Thank you again. I'm dead. Oh man. So yes, back to your question. I swiveled a lot, but as I've like gotten closer to playing our release show where we're going to be playing everything live, I'm not sure if the swivel's going to hold up to 53 straight minutes, at least not for me. So I've been working on basically double strokes in general, whether it's a heel toe, a scuff, like just trying to find what's going to be the most efficient route. I know when you're playing drums, what is the most efficient route to hit all of these notes?
Right.
Well, what's your favorite kit to play on? I need to ask you about your gear because I love learning about different kits.
What is the gear that you played on?
The drummers.
For the album.
Yes.
And symbols of choice too.
Oh, and symbols are important. Like, people who say they're not are lying. So I've got a toboggan green, Mantis toboggan green. Okay, yeah, you can have it. It's almost dead.
So is mine.
He reaches over for the vape.
Yeah, it's a Mantis toboggan green, to make a Sunny reference there. Mapex drum kit, and I was honestly really torn. There was a PDP kit that I was really eyeing. It was pure maple, and I'm sure it would have sounded fantastic. Like, it was a good drum set, but I ended up going with Mapex. The drum.
Nice.
Excuse me. Yeah. The drums are hybrid shells, so they're birch and maple. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
It's Mapex.
You're all out. No.
Go get 2 more stoves and let's light them up.
No.
No.
It's turning into a bad time over here.
Oh no.
It's not.
It's good. They're fine. He's totally fine. He's questionable.
Cut that.
Cut it. All right. Mapex drums, hybrid, birch maple. For symbols, though, I am 100%. I'm a 99% Sabian boy. So.
Okay.
Sabian for life. Let's go.
Let's go. I don't.
Hold on. While you're talking about the Sabian symbols, tell them about your stack that's featured on the album.
I do have what we would not call a signature stack, but I have a stack. On my left side, it is a 20-inch Paragon China that I got from a pawn shop with the stand for $100. So
wow, that's a steal.
Signed by the late great Neil Peart.
That is a
It is
steal.
Where was
It
this?
is indeed.
What pawn shop was this?
Little pawn shop in Wichita, Kansas. The guy didn't. I said symbol. He didn't even know what I was talking about. Like the drum symbol, and he's like, "The what now?" Like that.
I got this giant metal dish here for you if you want that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a good thing he didn't know what he had, because I mean, you got it for a steal.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Yeah, getting a $400 China for $100, I'm into it.
With a stand.
It's in pristine condition. This thing has never been hit before DJ, and now he's mauled the fuck out of it.
I have mauled the hell out of it. But it's funny. I would like to turn it into a proper stack at some point, but right now, it's literally got a flipped over 16-inch AAX stage crash that's broken.
Yeah, I was gonna say it once was that.
It was. I've got like 60% of it left, and
it looks like the Cookie Monster took a big bite out of it.
Is that the one that was on the video with the doggy?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you would notice that.
Yeah,
as a drummer.
I noticed it. Mm-hmm.
As drummers, you always notice those things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're like, oh, that symbol is just screwed, man. Yeah, it's
at that point, it's an experimental effect symbol now. So.
Exactly. I threw it on top of that stack one day because that China by itself is very, very washy, and it just didn't really mesh with like what we play. So I threw the symbol on top, hoping to kind of kill the sustain of it. And the first time I hit it, I'm like, oh, this actually sounds pretty good. Like,
it's really gong-like.
It has a gong element, like a very short sustain with a gong element. It's a very bizarre sounding stack, but
because it's such a big fucking China. Like when you hit that shit, like I don't know, it just has like a ring out, but like it cuts it off really quick, but it's a really low ring out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I had an 18-inch of the Paragon China.
Oh, nice.
And I'm not I like it, but I wasn't a fan of it blending with the tone I was looking for.
No, that's fair.
And then I went into the whole the Holy China and the 18-inch Holy China. Those I love so much.
That's kind of a funny story before the album, the Holy China situation.
That is true. So
a crack.
The Holy China, that was that was always the one I wanted. Like, I had bought a ton of Wuhans, and you get the cheap ones. They last you a year at most, and then they're just destroyed. And the Holy China had always been like, this is the one I want. And I bought every other piece of gear I wanted, but for some reason I had not pulled the trigger. And this guy hits me up because he's got his own little Mapex drum set, a little Silver Sparkle kit. And he hits me up one day and he's like, bro, I'm thinking about buying a Holy China. Which one should I get? And I was like, well, honestly, I'd go with like the 17 inch. Because I think those are 17, 19 inches, the range on them. I was like, get the 17, get it in a brilliant finish, and I think you'll be super happy with it. And then it must have been the next time I came to see you.
It was Christmas. I sent you a video of it because you couldn't actually have it.
That's right. He hits me up and he's like, surprise, I bought that China for you.
Aw, that's so nice.
And let's be honest, the right side of the overheads is sounding fucking fierce because of it.
Yes, it sounds so good.
He's not wrong. I absolutely adore that China. I'd never played it before we got into the studio. In fact, I hadn't played my acoustic kit in years. It had been 3 years since I played my acoustic kit when we went into the studio. And of course, that's a nerve-wracking thing. You're like, man, I haven't hit real drums in a long time.
Yeah.
And it took a little bit to get back in the swing, but also just to incorporate the new China, just the way it's going to wash when you hit it. And as soon as I feel like we hit the tonal sound we're going for with it, it was smooth sailing.
That Holy China is the perfect tempo for our sound.
It's
cuts so hard.
It's so good. Like it punches and then it goes away. Like it doesn't linger.
That's exactly what we were looking for. I mean, Numinous starts out with literally that symbol, like right away. Like it's just, and it gives that perfect like accent to the guitar riff where it just like you said, it hits and then it's just gone.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons like I like the ozone crashes too. And it has that blend of that that trashiness, but that wash of the crash, and it doesn't linger. It just goes away right afterwards.
No, exactly. Just some food for thought. I've been thinking about like a 12, 14 inch China with one of those like 12-inch ozone crashes flipped over on it. I'm just saying it might be a nice tight little stack.
It could be something. Sounds like an idea. I might not say I stole it from you, but I might.
It's one of those things. As a drummer, you start.
All right.
Drum talk.
If we're talking about signature drum stuff,
drum talk.
So we need to talk about the signature fill that Scott mentioned.
Let's hear that fill.
If you guys ever hear boop on the album, that's the signature.
We talked about bass at all?
Wait, there's bass in this track?
No. Why would we talk about bass? Why would we? Why would we even try to talk about bass?
I had no idea there was bass in this album.
there isn't. I mean, we gave it the old "and justice for all" treatment. All guitar, all drums, fuck the bass.
No, seriously, like hearing some of those bass melodies pop through and just like giving that kind of that accent in the background, just really it. You hear it and you're like, oh, that's there. That's really punching through. Like it's
well, and like I was talking earlier about how I tried so hard to get Jack in the band and was very unsuccessful. That's exactly what I heard in his bass playing, coming up. When he started playing bass, like he said, the first like 2 songs he learned, he was already learning The Trooper by Iron Maiden. So obviously, like he was playing bass parts for me, and I was already impressed. But hearing him create bass parts that were like completely original, I knew he was the guy for the band. There's a song on the album called A Born Epiphany that was born like complete brainchild of his bass part, and we wrote the song around it. There's a song called Garden of the Dreamer that has a tapping bass part that's like one of the most incredible moments on the album. And like it was kind of a clash of fate. Like at the same time as he was developing that bass part and recording it on his phone, I was like swapping computers and like completely changing everything for my streaming setup at the time. And I posted a video or a sound clip to our band Dropbox called Is It Fixed? And Is It Fixed ended up being the drum part, like the outline of the drum part for the song Garden of the Dreamer because it just fit so well with this bass part that he sent me randomly in a text. I was like, oh, these were like meant to be together.
All right, can I add something real quick? All right, so we're gonna go back to my list of favorite bass players. John Entwistle was at the top, but I'm gonna swap him out for Mastodon because we watched the making of Emperor of Sand, and the bass player for Mastodon was like, you know, I'm the bassist, so what I do...
Well, and keep in mind, to set the scene, he was dressed in camouflage for this entire segment.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It was beautiful. Like, the whole thing was beautiful. And he's like, I'm the bass player, so I sit in the background, and I keep the rhythm, and then I pop out every once in a while, and I do this cool little thing that you hear, and then I fade back into the background. And when we watched that documentary... I was like, that's how I want to play bass. Like, you know, you're holding down the rhythm with the drums, so you're the reason people are banging their heads and they don't even realize it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pop out once in a while and you do this cool little run, like, look what I can do, like fucking
take it back.
Dude from Saturday Night Live, and then you just fade back into the background, you know. So
You start flailing your arms around.
yeah, that's it. You just fucking widdly. It's the professional term is called circus tricks.
I always thought it was called wanking off.
Damn.
Why are you boys whacking off in my trailer?
Speaking of which, like, how excited is everybody for the reboot of Beavis and Butthead? That's pretty badass.
Oh, they're coming back?
Oh God.
What? Okay, and not only is it a reboot, it's a reboot of them like with like real aging, so they're like actually in their like
they're older,
like 50s.
Are they gonna finally get to the point where they did it and got kids now, or is it?
Probably. I mean,
you know those
I
guys
mean,
weren't
who's-
doing it.
Yeah, I know.
Who's gonna give them
They were, but they
kids?
weren't doing it.
the only one who didn't have kids was Boomhauer, obviously. Like,
Well, and that's so crazy too, because like the literal like the inception of King of the Hill was based off of Beavis and Butthead. So
Right.
like everyone wants to discount Beavis and Butthead, but like if it wasn't for Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill wouldn't exist, which is one of the largest shows of all time.
Mhm.
Which is
Did you
really
guys,
crazy. Think about it.
did you guys happen to see Mike Judge on Jackass? Like, he was with the Jackass boys.
Is this the newest Jackass?
Was it in the 4.5 you watched?
Was it in 4.5 or was it in 3?
Oh no.
So hey, you guys want to know where that fucking like whistly ass fucking like like hissy laugh comes from?
Yeah,
This guy.
yeah.
I'm the Weezer. I'm the Weezer.
I have an inhaler. You want to borrow it?
I don't know if it was in Jackass 4.5 because I've had a lot to drink since then. But they got Mike Judge to join them in some Jackass foolery. And the bit was they were putting baby powder up Preston's ass.
Oh my God.
And trying to get him
To fart?
and you see the poof
Oh
of
my
baby
God.
powder come out.
That was. I think that was actually from like Jackass 2. That
Might have been 2. And Mike Judge was there for that. And they had hold on. They had literal clippings of grass. And Mike Judge had them in his hand. And he takes a bite out of all of them, chews them up and swallows it, and then they all choose blades of grass to see who's gonna blow up a straw in Preston's ass.
Oh my God.
What?
That is nuts.
Wait.
right.
Which one was this? Which
Jackass 2?
I think it was 2.5 that they
2.5.
like talked about that. I don't know. I recently watched them all and they all kind of blur together because I mean they're geniuses. Like they kept a very consistent fucking like message throughout the whole thing.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program. you rambling sons
Just
of
because I
bitches.
think Jackass is like one of the greatest things to ever come out.
Jackass is fantastic.
Can't ramble about drums. They're gonna ramble about Jackass.
You rambled about drums for a long time.
Hey, drums are important.
Drums are important.
Jackass is also important.
Yeah. So the vocals. I don't think we were
Oh no.
Yeah, let's dive into the vocals
Oh,
now.
baby, with the
I can talk a
vocals,
little
the
bit. I can talk
voice.
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
5 guitar and vocalist.
Oh,
I think
guitar. Yes, we keep forgetting.
We hit that last
on
time.
the first one. Yeah. And I remember I was really awkward and like it took me a long time, just like these guys. So that's why we all get along very well.
I love it.
So
yeah, I mean,
so let's
what
talk
do you
about your
got for me?
voice.
Hit
Like
me with your hardest question.
your voice is so unique with the growl, right? Like how long have you trained your voice to manage that? Especially if you're gonna play this live, constantly, like throughout your like I don't know, you gonna play your entire album live? Like, are you capable of holding that for a duration of a set?
Well, that is to be seen. We'll just find out on that album show. I mean, I've never done a set that long. I never planned on doing a set that long. But yeah, we're gonna play the full 53 minutes of this album, Desolation of Ashishistan. I can't talk.
Can you growl on command?
We're gonna play it all live. Can I growl on command?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, clip that.
Kind of sounds like me when I take a dump.
Yeah, exactly. But like the whole thing is like, so I don't know if I can pull it off. We're just gonna try it. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of work done vocally on this album. We put an EP out like a few years ago, and like we're just kind of testing the waters of like what we could do, and we wanted to really expand upon what we did there and like all grow in like every possible way. So I feel like the drums are better, the bass is better, the guitar is better, but the hardest thing to accomplish was making the vocals better. So shout out YouTuber Chris Lipe. That dude, like I found his channel and like was able to just like unlock a different level of my voice, I feel like. So a lot of the like really aggressive singing that you hear on the album that wasn't present on the EP is like 100% due to that guy.
So you learned on YouTube? Like from a YouTube video?
100%. That's how I've learned from the beginning. Like, I mean, I did a little bit of like choir in high school and stuff like that to try and like kind of start the singing process, but like 99% of what I've learned is on YouTube.
So do you have a warm-up?
Future plans or just wait?
Wait.
Okay.
Warm-up wise, like again, like pushing back to YouTube, I just like try to find something that like, I don't know, kind of takes me through the ringer of like, you know, my normal, like I have a pretty low talking voice, like kind of starting there and just like working its way outward in both directions, trying to get like lower and higher at the same time. Like I just try to find like a vocal warm-up that like is almost acting as like a vocal practice at the same time, if that makes sense. Like I don't know, I don't get a lot of chances to like sit there and practice vocals, so like a lot of times it's just like, okay, I'm on the drive home from work, let me just like throw on this YouTube video and like find something that like can like warm me up, but also like maybe like push the boundaries a little bit, like in terms of like how high and how low I can go. So like I don't know, it's always different, but like it's usually like it's stemming from some sort of like YouTube warm up.
Okay, so what are your 5 favorite singers of all time?
5 favorite singers.
Yes.
All right.
You know, we got the drummer, we got the bass player to tell us, so it's
And
only fair.
For sure. And I don't know if I've ever really talked about like singers I'm really into, but like I think my number one for singers is the same as my number one for guitar players, and that's Jimi Hendrix. Like Jimi Hendrix started it all. He was the guy that was able to play like a rhythm guitar player with a lead guitar part over it and sing over all of that. Like it's just insane. Like the whole thing I'm trying to do was started by that guy. So I've got to give him like the number one spot. But
I wish we could flip the camera, because literally right behind the camera is a poster of Jimi Hendrix blowing out the biggest hit you've ever seen in your life.
It's like one of those like Key and Peele skits where you're kind of looking at the poster and just saying what is on the poster.
I really was. Like that's hilarious because I really was. It's literally like straight that direction right there, like the direction I was looking. But yeah, he's my number one. My number 2, I've got to go to, like, not really like always considered a vocalist, but I've got to give it up to the Rev. That motherfucker like is one of the greatest vocalists of all time, in addition to being one of the greatest drummers of all time. He's gone too soon, rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Like I think he's probably like we love Avenged Sevenfold, but like the Rev himself was like a very driving force in a lot of like the writing for this band and the concept for this band and everything. Like it all stemmed from us hearing that guy play music. So even though he's not a vocalist, he's number 4 or number 2 or whatever I said. He's a number in the list. Whatever's like the second highest number he could possibly be. Number 3, vocalists of all time. I would have to say number 3. I would put Matt Hafey up there. Matt Hafey was one of the first vocalists I heard that was able to combine the screaming, the singing, and like the aggressive style that like I always wanted to do. So he's number 3. Number 4, Chuck from Death, because he has the greatest death metal voice of all time.
Absolutely.
And number 5 is Geddy Lee from Rush, because he has one of the greatest voices that has ever been captured on tape. He is amazing. That fucking band is literally like the reason that I picked up music in the first place. Like, I fucking love Rush. Geddy Lee is the man.
Not Progcraft without it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like all you guys together really complement each other in so many ways. Not only like personality-wise, but music-wise. So I feel like this album, I can't wait to hear the rest of it. I mean, we got a little taste, but if every song sounds as epic and orgasmic, I can just imagine like the rest of the album. So how many songs is it in total?
No, you're not getting the microphone. Get out of here. Rambling Jackie over here. So it is, let's see. It's 9, potentially 10.
We're right in there.
We're right
Still
in there.
deciding.
There's a part that may get split and it might become a 10th, but everything wrote right now as it stands, it's technically 9. And yeah, I think you're hitting the nail on the head. Some have said it's better than busting a nut. Like
cue the "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" music.
Oh, I had that.
Wow, that would have been fantastic. That totally fell flat without it. But no, I said it in the drum video, and I'll say it again. It is a labor of love, and I think everybody who listens to it will be able to take something away from it. And you're gonna like the way it sounds. I guarantee it.
I mean, and while we hit that cue, maybe it's the time to play the drum video.
All right, let's play the drum video. I know Luna's. I'm excited too, because you know me, we're drummers too. So
have you seen it?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, this is our first time.
Yeah, and you're a drummer?
Well, I mean, I played drums back when I was 16.
More out of you.
Well, no. I love drummers more than I think most of the people on the podcast.
I think all
have been
three of
drummers.
us would agree with that. I think all 3 of us love drummers more than any other member of the band. Like, everyone here recognizes the fact that this guy is the most important member of the band.
And you're
right
taking
now.
care of him too. When you have a good drummer, you gotta take care of him. Look at what he got you for Christmas.
I massage his shoulders on a bi-weekly basis.
Yes.
A bi-weekly basis.
I was just rubbing his shoulders the other day. He was having a little kink, and you guys
pain in my shoulders.
Yeah, you guys get a lot of like pains and stuff. I know you have to stretch and everything before you hit. I mean, imagine being the kind of drummer you are.
I know that's a segue into DJ, but like, if you're talking about pains, let's talk about the biggest pain in the ass in the band. Let's give it over to Jackie. Whatever the fuck he was trying to say.
I don't even remember what I was trying to say. Roll the video.
All right.
I really don't.
All right, let's see it. This is. Ooh, look at this. This is DJ.
Let's go.
We're sloshing him up.
How many beers was this one?
Probably like 6 or 7.
It's a good time to tell you I quit.
There's that holy china there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, like 90% of the background music is a like teaser for the album.
Ooh.
Yo, that snare mic was dangerously close to the center there.
Yeah, I know.
The fact that it could all just be
It's rough.
played on a computer, and we don't even need a drummer.
Oh,
I
stop.
think that it's sounding really great.
So the biggest thing I was hoping to accomplish on this record, besides just pushing myself physically to the
Colt
best.
45.
You gotta
And a Colt 45.
The melodicness as I
This
can.
band is the
That's
embodiment
kind
of Colt
where
45
I
and 2
lean
zigzags.
as a drummer. I really like the melodic bits of songs. So
Baby, that's all we
anything I
need.
can do to accentuate what the guitar or the bass is doing.
We saw the
That's
chart
what
that
I'm
they
all
had the
about.
chart.
Overall thoughts on the drumming are fucking incredible. We kind of had an idea of
Is that
like
a
where all
Cthulhu?
the instruments were going, but
Yes.
seeing the drums
Nice.
especially evolve in the studio and seeing changes being made and suggestions being made and just the ability to be flexible in the studio was just like really really cool to watch.
Honestly, I try to figure out what the guitar or the bass is trying to say.
It's like you just came out of like a
every
mob
riff
house.
is saying something.
for sure.
with that shirt, with
I feel like
the
if you can
button.
really listen to
button
it,
up.
Cigar and all.
you're like, you know what? If I do
Where's your
this,
pinky ring?
it might sound pretty cool.
Like the Godfather.
Right?
Well, he left it in a place that we can't talk about. Shout out to the best member in the band.
A lot of drummers over the years have had huge influences on me. The biggest of all being the Rev.
I just love that he's like,
I love this guy. I love DJ.
On hair metal.
I mean,
and
it's not
thrash
because he's
metal.
a drummer,
The
because
drummers I grew up
drummers
on
are always
were
like.
Eric Carr, Peter Criss, even though Peter Criss in my house always kind of got a bad rap because Eric Carr was better. Travis Smith, the original drummer of Trivium, Justin Foley with Killswitch, Matt Greiner. I mean, the dude has the best posture in metal. You got Shannon Lucas.
there's music in the background.
Is this on the album?
Most perfect metalcore albums.
No, this
And of
was
course, you got
stolen
John
from
Bonham,
Beethoven.
Hurt, Mike
Oh.
Portnoy.
3 hours later.
One of the fucking OGs,
What
though.
do I like
Beethoven.
about
Shout
it?
out Beethoven.
I don't know. I like how everything is just like accentuating what the other person is doing. It's all one piece. It's not just this is what the drums that are doing are badass. This is what guitar's doing. It's like the whole thing that makes it sound badass.
DJ's a fucking technician on drums, and this album.
How-
is
Technician.
taking
How
it to
pretty
another
is
level.
Adam?
I think when you guys
I
hear
mean,
this
jeez.
record, the drums
Not as
especially
pretty
are
as
gonna
DJ's
stand
drum
out.
parts.
Everyone
He's
is
fucking
ears, the drums
beautiful.
on the
Look at
record,
him.
plus
With
the
all
fucking
them
love you.
tattoos.
technicality, the groove is by far just insanely better.
I mean, his name has dick in it. He's an absolute goofball, man. But that's why he's part of the crew. You know,
Nut slapper.
we all slap each other's nuts, and we're
You
okay.
guys are
with it.
hilarious.
Who edited this?
I know, it's so good.
A guy who will not be named Adam.
What are we thinking? Some kind of collaboration?
Collaboration?
I'm gonna play your foot. You're gonna play the hi-hat foot? It's gonna be a weird moment.
Oh, look at the chart in the back.
Yeah.
It just started getting filled
It was
in.
empty.
Alright, give me one more try.
There was only like 6 beers at that point.
Yeah.
It works in my head, but when I'm trying it, it doesn't work.
If you like metal, you're gonna love this. If you don't like metal, there's still gonna be something in there for you. Honestly,
If you like
it's
metal,
heavy,
great. If you don't like
aggressive,
metal,
it's melodic,
screw yourself.
got some black
CP
elements.
drums, you absolute legend.
You're gonna find out it's a labor of love, and you're gonna like the way it sounds. I
You came in
guarantee.
during the perfect moment with the drums.
Yes.
I know. Oh, Chris.
Ah.
CP Drums is another one of the channels we started watching that inspired us to stream.
Oh, that's our dude. Chris is our dude.
We love you, bro.
OG.
Whoops. Whoopsies.
Nice.
Shout out Hawaii 5-0,
I know,
motherfuckers.
right? Hey, cutie.
Jeez.
Hawaii 5-0. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed.
Greatest drum fill of all time.
I'm kind of disappointed that this video isn't as long as the last video.
Well, it's because we had all of our beautiful Twitch friends in the last video. They got their own segment. The Facebook versions are about the same length.
Can I have a real moment?
All right, Jack wants a real moment.
A real moment.
Real moment.
I won't go into all the nitty gritty, okay? But I have had a really shit string of luck this past, like, couple of months in my life, right? So, we recorded the bass footage, and then when Adam was editing it, he was like, man, Jack is falling on some really hard times. I think it'd be cool to lift him up. So Adam reached out to all of our Twitch friends and was like, hey, could you do a little video on like how Jack was cool to you? And so that's why that video is so long, because my life is shit right now, and that video lifted me up.
Oh.
So moment of real.
And like, not everybody was able to like be part of the video because I'm a master procrastinator and I waited till the last day to ask everybody for everything. So also like shout out to some people like that were intending on doing a video that couldn't, you know, like Good Cop, the Jeebus Corner, like people like that that we fucking absolutely love, that, you know, are absolutely like crucial, absolutely crucial. Like, you know, we fucking love those guys. Like, they're literally part of the family. So, you know, like,
that's awesome.
We just wanted to give them like a fat shout out, like wherever we could.
And also, shout out to CP Drums for the raid.
Big shout outs to CP Drums, because that guy's a fucking legend.
Monster drummer. He nailed a Dream Theater song. And
Yes.
He was like, I hope I did that justice. And I'm like, dude, you did it better than most that I've seen. Try it. So
Dude,
he killed it.
So
give it to the drummer.
Yeah, our fellow drummer wants to put a word in here, but CP, I just have to say it. When I was streaming bass, someone came in and requested Panic Attack, and I was like, I'm gonna try my best to do this. And you know, like, I did the best I could, but I couldn't do it justice. But here comes the drummer. Here comes
All right.
Well, I hate his story because it's pretty similar to my own. As somebody who streamed drums on Twitch, I have played my fair share of Dream Theater against my will. And Mike Porno was an absolute animal, and I love him to death. But yeah, doing it justice is not easy. Although I've seen Luna do it. I know Luna can, so.
Also shout out CP Drums, because I feel like I remember specifically you had like an Avenged Sevenfold stream, and we're a big like Avenged Sevenfold influence band, so like hell yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I was about to shout him out, but
If you would let me finish.
We're moving on. We're moving on. The amount of unpacking that's going to have to happen after this episode is just like, unreal. Like we have a psychiatrist on standby, just like waiting outside this door.
Speaking of that, can I get another beer?
Their arms are crossed, just waiting, taking notes every time you guys are opening up your mouths.
They're like, these guys are screwed.
Yeah.
So for everyone that's just tuning in, coming in from CP Drum stream, we have Parthian here, members with Adam, DJ, and Jackie.
We're in the wrong order.
What was that? These guys are amazing. Mr. Greggles! What's up, dude?
Mr. Greggles is here! The legend himself, Mr. Greggles. Thanks for being here.
So, Parthian is a progressive death metal band, or black metal band, whatever metal band you want to categorize them.
I love
but
the
they're
progressive side of it too.
They're just their sound. We just debuted their song earlier today. They're releasing their album in July, right?
July 1st, yeah.
So if you missed it, check out the rerun or the replay, and then this will be up on YouTube sooner than normal, only because we want to try to push this information out for the album as well. So this will be a special launch before, because right now we're posting things out as for like 2 years ago into last year, so we're just batching these and getting these posted so we can catch up on the post on YouTube. But this is pretty special, so we want to get this out soon.
We appreciate it.
Very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you do command Parthian, you get the links to their socials, their sites, their Spotify, and be sure to follow them and watch out for their release because it's just amazing. They're no words.
I mean, if you guys decide you want to play the song again, we wouldn't be sad.
Listen,
I think we should for the raid.
Hey,
for the
if
raid.
you guys want another song, just hit me up after the stream and
No,
I'll help you out.
No.
He's an animal. He's an animal. Don't listen to him.
We can play the song again
Yeah.
before we close out if that's something you guys will want to do.
I mean,
That's what you
we love and respect CP drums, and we want to send this out to you, brother.
Okay, let's play the song then.
Thank you, guys.
We're not closing out after this, by the way. Just
Yeah,
so
Wait, no,
But you
We're
guys
leaving.
gotta
We
live.
left already. We already left.
I'm already gone then.
All right, so let's launch this. Here we go.
Hey, thank you guys.
No, we're not leaving.
Let's fucking go! That was amazing.
Dude, that was nuts.
guys.
I can't. That's just, that song is just every time it hits you right in the gut. I love it.
Thank you.
Orgasmic. Okay, I'm gonna need this album out tonight, please.
Tonight.
I wish if we could put it out tonight, we would. We just want to like another shout out to all of the Twitch friends we've made, and we just want to give you guys this album as quickly as possible.
I'm just gonna say it for the rest of us. YenYork, Luna, thank you for this opportunity. This was absolutely fantastic, and I loved every second of it.
Of course.
And I'm always last, and they say the things that I was gonna say anyways. So.
Aw, DJ.
Y'all are great, and I love everybody, and I love myself, and I love you guys, and
we all love you.
Big group hug.
Big group hug. Big group hug.
Yeah, I mean, we love what we do, we love being able to bring people on and showcase their abilities and also talk about their growth and achievements and their goals and aspirations and, where they came from and how they're handling, their situations, and you just learn more about, our guests and get knowledge from them, and hopefully get some educational value off of this as well, So,
and of course, just get the word out and just get more people to know everyone that's awesome here on Twitch. And when is the next time you guys are streaming, and when is your next gig?
Oh, it's tough to say. I mean, the streaming thing has been tough. We've obviously been really busy with the album stuff, and we want no more than to get in front of a webcam and say hi to all of our friends. But we need to make sure this album's perfect and that everything is in tip-top shape, and we can kind of put ourselves in the best position moving forward. So we will be streaming again. We just don't know when, I guess, is the long, or the short answer to that long-winded answer.
The question is, are you good with gaming streams, or do you have to see music?
Yeah, realistically, Warhammer's been streaming pretty consistently over the last several months. So you guys should go shout out Warhammer08. Everyone should go check out his channel.
Oh, Mr. Greggles!
He's doing the stuff.
So Greggles is already having his eye on you. So if you guys decide to stream, he's gonna.
He's got your back. He's let me know.
That's amazing. I'll tell you what. I'm halfway considering, even though the audio is probably going to be terrible from a phone, I'm halfway considering streaming our album release show on the 15th of July live. So I guess consider that an announcement, because I think we're going to do it.
I just want to put this out there. I think it would be a great thing to do, but Mr. Perfectionist.
No.
Well,
Adam over here is the audio.
I feel that because I did the first my band. We played as a live show here on the podcast. We have my band on the podcast.
Oh, hell yeah!
And having that audio set up, I did the whole thing, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing, to be honest. It's first time setting it up and first time trying to get monitoring right. And I ran everything through my Focusrite. I had a Scarlett, two Scarlett 18920s, and each one of those had separate outputs that I can send to headphones and have their own separate mixes per headphone, right? So the singer had his own mix, bassists and guitarists had their own mix. I had my mix, and my mix was the same mix as going to the stream, so I knew what was being fed. But there's always going to be that first stream where you're like, okay, well, this guitar can go up more, the vocals can go down more, the drums, it has to, getting that first rough run to understand where you stand, and then you can make those adjustments to just start pushing out those high quality streams.
Dude, I have the easy.
You
just turned me off.
I agree with you though. It is tough, especially that first time to get the mix down, and it's always very stressful to make sure that what everyone is hearing is what you wanted to give to them, right? I feel like no one understands it really other than somebody in a band like you, Luna, where it's what you hear in the band practice room isn't necessarily always what gets put out into a venue, right? So it's you can be as tight as possible, but you just need to make sure that performance is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one thing doing it live versus having it pre-recorded, because pre-recorded you can make those adjustments. Live you have to.
It's never gonna be perfect. It's true. Like with Mr. Gregos, he has like 25 cameras above him and below him with that whole spinning, like, and I know
He's trying to get everything to sync up.
Yes, the
Watching
more
his
stuff you
stream
add,
gives me anxiety. Like,
he's
kudos.
amazing. He's a genius.
Kudos. I've been in there quite a few times, and every time I'm just like, I can't imagine the work that goes into this. And I commend you, and I will never do anything similar because the amount of work is just too much. And also, amused? No. You know what, buddy? Just go away. I love you, but go away.
Can I just go? For reference, maybe you should give everyone like the Twitch names again.
Yeah. Throw out your names out there.
All right. So I am known on the interwebs as Zian5377, Zian5377. This is Mr. Progcraft.
What's the dude from X-Men, Cyclops?
He is Cyclops, but also known as
Cyclops 69, 69, 420, 69.
aka Wolrammer, WOLRAMMER. 08. I was not done. 08. I know. That was the year he was born.
2008. It was the year he was born, and he's a beautiful man, even though he's very underage.
What else can I add to that? Thank you for having us. Honestly, like, all bullshit aside, thank you for having us. Thank you for putting our song on twice. Thank you for everybody that showed up for this. This is fantastic. I can't even begin to describe like how excited we are for this, and there's so many plans that I can't give away yet. I can't give away our plans. There are plans, people, and
Spoilers. Give us a little.
I hope to see more of you in real life, IRL. Yeah. I hope to see more of you.
That's basically the spoilers. That like whatever we're working on, we hope it brings us to a city nearest the people we've grown to be like so close with on Twitch. We just hope we are able to be in that area.
We're going to be at TwitchCon, so we're going to have a big meetup with everyone that's been on the podcast, all of us. We got to have a group.
FYI.
Yes, so if you guys come out, we're going to just go big. I want to rent a beach house next to in San Diego when I'm there, and we're just going to go big.
Yeah.
So if anybody...
Greggles, you're invited.
Yes.
CP.
That does sound amazing.
CP, you already know you can room with us. Let us know if you're coming. He's from Canada, so if he comes down, that's going to be a big trip. But you already know, we got your back. So, it's been such an honor and a pleasure to have you guys give us this time and space. It's been amazing. And just getting to know you guys. DJ, I love you. I fucking love you. You're just, the drummer, wow. You don't know. It's like when I heard, and then the bass, and then your vocals and everything, and just a beautiful combination. I know this album is going to be amazing. I'm so excited for everything in the future that's gonna come with you guys. I'm super excited for more, and the video coming out. Go follow their social, Spotify. You guys are so fucking funny on YouTube too, and go follow them everywhere and just give them love. And I'll be there next time you stream. Just let me know. And you have people backing you up here. Mr. Greggles, what was his announcement again? He had something that he was saying that I was like.
He had partnered up with a UK company. Let me go back up here. It had something to do with being compatible with a bunch of his other stuff. So he moved sponsors from a UK supplier for PC to a new one, Scan Computers. They were better fit as it works with Blackmagic, Focusrite, Presonus, and basically all the brands that I use. I am their only influencer, so we have big plans.
Ooh, that's juicy.
Those are great brands.
That was a plug.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's great.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
Well, you already know you got a big streamer here, big Twitch partner, drummer here on Twitch that will show you guys love. Just let us know when you're live. We'll be there. And just everything, guys. I hope everything turns out exactly the way you want and more, because you deserve it. You guys are fantastic, amazing musicians and people. And yeah, I'm glad I got to get to know everyone more on a deeper level, and I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
We love you too. Thank you for having us.
We're gonna get some of that deep dish pizza soon. Whatever.
Yeah, let us know when you're coming to New York. You know, we'll be
It's
here
not
waiting.
deep dish, but I got you guys. Don't worry.
Whether we're having pizza or we're having burritos, we're gonna go drink and smoke cigars and order food. So
Hey, hey guys, if you guys can post something in the chat so that people can follow you. And is there a Parthian band account on Twitch or no? Is it just
Not yet. We haven't planned that yet, but always like, you know, my account, I feel like will be on the cell phone that is in the place where we are doing the things.
Okay, so Progcraft. So you're following Progcraft.
Yeah, because he needs more followers. But yeah, he typically is posting the updates. He is good about those kinds of things.
he's the front man.
We can be kind of bad about them. I live in my shell until they tell me to play drums. So, typical.
I deleted the thing I was typing because it was done quicker than my drunk ass could do it.
There you go. It has been an amazing experience, though. Seriously.
Absolutely.
Both of you having us on here, we appreciate it. It's been good to get to talk about the album. I feel like for a lot of people who've known about it, it's been this elusive thing that, like, oh, they're making an album someday and it'll probably be a thing that they can hear, but promise, we were working on it and here it is.
Also, like, I know this is a very long shot. Shout out Jacksepticeye. Fucking, you know what you did. You made this shit happen.
Shout out Jacksepticeye. There you go. He made some stuff happen, and
only Progcraft knows.
Yeah, Progcraft knows, and he's not sharing, and you know.
It's not worth talking about. It happened.
Okay.
Next week we have one of your friends, Relaxander666.
We love that
guy.
Shredder.
Yeah, he's coming on.
Alex, go watch fucking Alex.
Yes, definitely tune in next week, Sunday,
Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern
7 p.m. Eastern.
It's gonna be next Sunday, so we're gonna have a lot of cool, peeps coming up for the summer schedule, and that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. So July 1st, right, is the album release.
July 1st, and if you're not tuning into YenYorkCity, what the hell are you doing with your life?
Yeah,
Fix
baby.
Nothing.
All right, guys, stick around. We're gonna chat right after. We're gonna go and raid out, and hope everyone stays for the raid and support our next streamer. We're gonna, show some love to. So get your emotes ready. We're gonna post up some raid emotes to copy, and hope to see you guys all next time for Relaxander's podcast.
I love you all.
Love you
Much
guys.
love, everyone.
Much love.
Let's go.
See you next time.